Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We're starting early today, and it's gonna be like an earlier stream, about an hour early. You know, I usually do it, and we're just gonna have might be a short stream. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I'll keep it an hour or 2 hours. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna pause my mic, and I'm gonna pause the song, and I'm gonna play a podcast.
Holy shit, Matt, play the Star Spangled Banner. It's the 60th episode of the Super Mega Podcast.
60 whole episodes. That is 6 episodes 10 times. Or 10 episodes 6 times.
You know, simple multiplication, dude.
Yeah, dude. Or that's 30 episodes 2 times.
Good
or
job.
15 episodes 4 times.
You're doing it.
There you go,
That's
dude.
the
Or
way to do
60 episodes 1 times.
Yeah.
So, guys, welcome back. We are, right now, our channel is on a 1-week hiatus besides this podcast, because we ain't going to stop peddling out this glorious podcast.
But we're going to be back Tuesday, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Tuesday with a new brand rollout. It's going to look a little different. Some, thumbnails are... I don't want to give too much away.
Ain't going to be too much different, though. We're just experimenting with some new art styles, trying some stuff out. So we hope you guys like that. We like it, and we're excited for it. Yeah. So what should we go on?
What do you want to talk? Well, let's just talk about It right off the bat. We both went to go see the movie It.
Yeah, we saw the movie It,
starring Bill Skarsgård.
It was good, and Finn Wolfhard, our friend Finn.
Yeah, and Wyatt Olentown.
Wyatt Olef. Good movie. I really liked it. It's a good horror movie.
Very fun. Well, I don't know if I'd categorize it as a horror movie though. It had horror elements, but it was more so kind of like the coming of age story stuff going on. If you think about if you take the movie and I guess splice out all the horror parts, that's not that much of the film, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was. I liked it, first of all. I thought it was very entertaining, like a fun haunted house type movie.
It's like a roller coaster.
All the kids in it, they did a really superb job.
Yeah, they were all fantastic actors.
Especially Finn and Sophia.
Yeah,
and
good job,
Wyatt
guys.
And the kid who plays Eddie.
Just all of them. Just a good bunch of actors.
Yeah. Did it scare you at all?
Oh yeah, it did scare me at several parts. Freaked me out. It was more of not like a jump scare type of scare, but more of like a kind of a shocking, oh my god.
Yeah, because all of the jump scares you kind of predict, because every kind of scene that showcases a jump scare follows the same path as the previous scene, kind of.
Yeah,
it's normal. Something odd happens. The kid kind of fixes the situation or sees what's going on. Silence, and then bam. So that's kind of usually how it's set up in the movie, which, if there's one thing I wish sometimes there was a little more inventive jump scares or a little more inventive scares, because it kind of followed the same path every time. But other than the scares not being too scary, I really enjoyed the film, and that's probably why I actually kept my eyes open during it, because I'm a big baby.
Yeah, you were a little scared before time, because people...
I hate jump scares.
Yeah,
but these jump scares didn't bother me because they didn't feel, I don't know, they weren't as jarring as other ones. Yes, the loud sound still plays.
Yeah, but it wasn't a lot of... they weren't cheap jump scares.
Yeah.
How a lot of horror movies will just pack the movie with just these cheap jump scares that are just every 10 seconds, it's
I kind of wish that they didn't use that sound effect, because other ways they use the sound design to create the jump scare was good. Not a spoiler, but when the walkie-talkie sound was the jump scare, Like I like when it's like normal noises. You know, when
Oh,
the
yeah,
walkie-talkie
yeah.
kind of changes channels or turns on a signal or someone's calling in.
And it's loud,
It
yeah.
goes like that. That's fine. But I don't know, just something about the dong. I'm like,
We should make a movie, and the jump scares, like, it's not a horror movie,
It
but it
goes
frequently
dong.
has jump scares where just an old man on a green screen pops up and goes, boo! And then disappears again.
Yeah.
And he'll go, see you soon!
Bye-bye.
And then the movie continues, and then like 25 minutes later, boo! Did I scare you? And then he goes away.
Yeah.
And then later on in the movie, he does it again.
I'm trying to think, like, have any other good... I don't see that many horror movies that come out just because they all look stupid.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, but has there been a horror movie this year that
You've liked?
I've seen? I'm trying to remember if
I
I've
think
seen a horror movie
the
this
last
year.
true horror movie I saw was Boo! A Medea Halloween.
that was horrific in the way that we were miserable mostly, like, throughout the show.
That was some true horror, I do have to say.
We're gonna see number 2.
We are seeing through. That comes out this year for this Halloween, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's soon. Man, they pump that shit out.
Yeah, because it's horrible quality.
They just make that
Have you seen the
fast.
trailer?
I have not seen the trailer, actually.
Awful.
I'll watch it after this
It is
podcast.
awful.
And then next week's podcast, I'll give my review on the trailer and what I thought. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
But
So, I mean, just to wrap it up, I guess, for me, just it was a fun time. I had a lot of fun with it. Got a good amount of laughs.
yeah, it was
I
actually
feel-
really
I feel-
funny.
I feel like for me, at least, it was worth the ticket price. Like, I had a good time in the theater. I went to go see it again, specifically because I know after opening weekend, the theater won't be full. And it's one of those movies that's fun to see with a crowd of people. It's one of those movies
Yeah.
where it's more it becomes more entertaining the more people that you're around. And if those people are susceptible to, like, cheap scares and eerie situations and stuff.
Yeah.
And you already know what's coming because I've already seen it the first time. It's kind of fun to kind of feel the reaction of the
Yeah,
audience.
and we're going to see it. I'm going to see it twice, and you're going to see it for a third time with all the Grumps crew. So
yeah.
excited for that. But yeah, overall, good movie. I would recommend seeing that. So that's all our scary clown talk.
Hey, Matt, we're going to play a game.
Let's play a game, dude.
It's called Pick a Segway. Now, you got this red
Oh!
Segway. It looks really shiny, right? Then we got this
Yes!
blue Segway, okay? But this blue Segway has a horn. See, it
Ooh.
kind of sounds like my voice doing a horn noise.
Yeah.
Now we got this green Segway. Now, this green Segway has 3 fucking wheels.
Okay.
So, which Segway are we taking, Matt?
I'm taking green because right now, okay, here's the thing real quick. Before we take that segue,
Okay.
people, you have a favorite color. My favorite color has never been the same. My favorite color literally changes like every few weeks.
Mine changes depending on what we're talking about.
Mine
Like
changes depending on my mood.
Like, I don't think I have a favorite color like, maybe in general I have a favorite color, but like if I'm playing a video game, depending on how the video game's graphics or shaders are doing, like I'm like, I like blue in this game more than I like green in this game.
Right.
Like, or if I'm watching a movie and I like the different tones, like this color, I don't know. It's just like, it's always kind of subjective in terms of what I'm doing and shit like that.
I've never had one color that's been my favorite color, but
I've always loved white and black.
White, yeah, those are.
I just like,
neutral.
I just very neutral colors. I mean, you know me, I wear mostly black.
Mostly
so.
black. That's the Ryan McGee look.
I should add some more
a clothing
color.
line.
Yeah.
Dude, we should make a fucking commercial for like a really nice American Eagle Urban Outfitters commercial for the Ryan McGee clothing
Look,
line.
I'm telling you,
Banana
guys,
Republic.
if I started my own clothing store, it would be the most comfortable shit. Like, think about walking to a clothing store. It's a bunch of these type of shirts, but like in all different
Plain
colors.
black t-shirts.
Like,
and
there's
shit?
plain black t-shirts, but there's plain white t-shirts. It's just plain shirts. That's all it is. There's no logos. And then there's an assortment of different designs, and then just plain gym shorts. And then you have just a plethora of different material flip-flops and sandals.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
But
And hats.
definitely
Bunch of hats.
Today, my mood, Ryan. My mood is green. Green is my favorite color out of those. So let's get on the green segue.
Okay, here we go. Whoa, dude!
Whoa!
Whoa, this is a bit janky. I've never ridden one with 3 wheels before.
3 wheels tip easier than 2 wheels. Just saying.
I've been playing some Skyrim recently.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
F yeah, dude.
You played before, right?
Yeah, I
Did
played.
you like? I'm caught in that whole situation where I keep remaking my character.
Over and over again and
Yeah,
restarting.
but I finally made the character that I'm happy with.
You sure about that?
He's a dark elf.
a dark elf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start planting seeds of doubt in your mind. So like now that you've started finally enjoying it and feeling comfortable with that character, I'm gonna look over your shoulder and be like, character doesn't look very. So you're gonna be like,
well, there's one thing. Like I love his special attack, but there's one thing he does like minus 25% melee damage, and I'm like, I like using melee weapons.
oh man.
But I'd rather have strong magic and a strong resistance to fire magic than being able to beat up people just a little bit more better. You know, just saying.
When I played, I made my character a Khajiit. What's it called?
Khajiit.
Khajiit?
I think so.
Did I get it right? Really?
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the cat one, right?
Yeah, I made mine the cat one. So
Yeah.
I'm a cat guy. I thought they looked cool.
They do look cool. The lizard people are pretty cool. I wish they had a wolf people.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
I would love that. Like if they had dog people, I would definitely do that. This sounds weird.
It sounds like we're just like setting the stage for like a furry talk. God, why don't they just? There's got to be a mod for Skyrim where you could just be a furry.
I'm gonna look that up. A mod where like it. There's got to be mods where they have new races.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid. I'm gonna have to restart the whole game again. Holy shit! Wait, I'm gonna look up a mod right now. We're gonna find out live on the podcast if there's a fucking mod. Here we go, Matt. Are you ready?
So this is one of my favorite segments of all time.
Here we go. Okay,
Let's
okay.
see.
The Night Spawn. Look at all these mods, bro.
Man, I still want that Confederate furry suit.
Well, I couldn't find a mod on the spot. If you guys can put in awesome Skyrim mods in the comments section, put in like, I usually use nexusmods.com. If you can put in a link to that, I already have the Nexus mod manager, so it's easy for me to download these mods. Please, and if there's one that allows me to be a dog person, let's do that. And I know you're like, oh, why don't you just be a werewolf in the game?
Guys,
Because I want to be a dog person.
Ryan's looking for epic Skyrim mods.
If I could be a giraffe person, that would be great. Like, if I could be a pig person.
Help Ryan out, guys. Help him get some epic Skyrim mods. He needs these mods, guys. He needs these mods.
Please.
Oh my God, he needs these mods more than he needs.
What's the last computer game you legitimately played? Like, probably got kind of addicted to and played for like over 5 hours.
PUBG.
PUBG? You
Yeah.
played more than 5 hours of PUBG?
It's when you were out of town. Yeah. I did. I played quite a bit of PUBG. Right when like the week it first came out, I played a lot of PUBG.
And then as soon as I got it, you got bored of it. You didn't want to play with me.
No,
but it was okay to play with everyone else but me.
I burned through games quick.
Especially when I asked you if you wanted to play with me, and then you said yes, and then you never played with me. That was pretty cool too.
Well, I mean, you can take it however you want to take it, Ryan. But I got bored of it pretty quick. You know, Ryan, maybe it's because I like to divvy up my time into doing intellectual things instead of playing mind-numbing video games.
Like sleeping?
Like trying fine wines and reading books.
You and I had wine at the theater.
We did, dude.
When we first saw
I
it.
like wine a lot.
It
What
helped.
do you have to say?
Yeah, I think I want to go to the ArcLight more specifically just to get buzzed during like horror movies or fun movies and shit like that. I've never been drunk in a movie theater. I wasn't drunk. I've never been tipsy in a movie theater before.
I've never been drunk in a movie theater either.
I'm not even tipsy. I was buzzed, but it felt
Just a
good.
little buzz,
It was nice. So we saw a Nintendo Direct, taking this in another direction.
Yeah, just a new Nintendo Direct just aired. I mean, this won't be relevant in like 4 days, but
Nothing surprising.
It was a disappointing Nintendo Direct. I was expecting something good.
My only like memories I have of Nintendo Directs, because they've been really recent, like the only thing I can always remember is just at the end they just go, and that's it for this Nintendo Direct, and I'm always like, oh, aw. I've never been, whoa.
The good ones are when it was Iwata, when Iwata did them.
Yeah, but those are like the big
RIP.
conference type of ones.
Yeah.
These are kind of like small mini like updates.
Man, I gotta pour one out from my man Iwata. Iwata-san, man, I gotta go home and crack a brew and pour it out for him.
Is he dead?
Yeah, Iwata died.
When did he die?
2 years ago? 3 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago?
What did he do?
Dude, he's one of the main Nintendo guys.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Fucking
For
joke.
a second, I was like, you don't know who Iwata is? God, dude. That sucks. When Miyamoto dies, that will be a tragedy. Like, Japan will have a week of mourning for that.
Well, the thing that's scary is that all these people have, remained in charge, and I like their, more than not, I like their vision, because it's very simple, and the ideas are fun video games. They're not, like, grueling first-person shooters, their Mario has a fun hat with eyes, and you throw that hat on other things, or, Mario has this thing on his back that squirts water. Like, all the Nintendo games have been really fun And I'm afraid that when these people start going, it's going to start becoming even like it's corporate right now, but even more corporate to the likes of how EA and Ubisoft and like how those companies handle themselves, especially Activision and shit.
Once Miyamoto's gone, then it's going to kind of like just change from what it was. I hope that doesn't happen.
Like after Miyamoto and Reggie, but hopefully they put the company in hands that they trust. Hopefully they have a say in that. I would believe they do.
I love Nintendo, man. Nintendo's great. Nintendo is a wonderful company that I will always love unless they do something terrible, like endorse like terrorist groups or something. But
I'd still play Mario.
I'd still play Mario. I mean, I don't see Miyamoto endorsing terrorist groups. It's possible. I'm not going to rule it out, but
no, endorsing doesn't mean like giving money or anything. It just means...
or just giving them a shout out. Like the end of a Nintendo Direct, he shouts out some like terrorist group in Africa or something.
Like Iwaka 10-6.
Iwaka 10-6? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst terrorist groups out there.
Are you joking right now?
What do you mean?
It's in Africa. It's been like the big news for the past like week.
No, it hasn't, Ryan. You're pulling the wool over my eyes right now. There's no such thing as Iwaka 10-6.
Okay.
Yeah, like you're bullshitting this right now, and then tomorrow, like some attack is gonna happen under the name of Iwaka 10-6.
Iwaka 10-6, and it's all gonna point to me, and I'm gonna be arrested because I predicted it.
I'm never gonna.
They want to know my time traveling powers, but really it was just me making a stupid joke, and then some dumbass saw it online and was like, "Oh, that's a pretty fucking sick name, bro." Iwaka 10-6.
Is it 10 like 10-6 like a job? Like
no,
I work 10-6.
TENDE.
Tinda and then 6, just SIX?
But Roman numeral 6.
Okay, so VI.
Yeah.
Iwaka 10-6. That actually sounds kind of cool, man.
Iwaka 10-6.
Yeah, dude.
That's a cool terrorist organization. I mean, a cool name.
Cut that out of context. That's a cool terrorist organization. Man, I'm genuinely worried nowadays about how hard this ad stuff's coming down on YouTube. Like, I get a little uneasy even just saying words like terrorist organization because they do have these transcripts that read the videos and judge things based on that. And I'm scared that saying something as simple as that'll flag it or lessen the ads at least.
Channels that are smaller than us right now are being like, I've seen them being attacked. And it's just like, this is the downfall of YouTube. Like 100%. A lot of people are like, there's no coming back from this.
No, it'll never be what it was when we started Super Mega.
It'll never, well, we came in late to the party with Super Mega.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. The best time for us to have gotten into this shit was back when you and I were like middle schoolers.
Yeah,
that was like the best time for like middle schoolers or like like high schoolers.
I think
that was the best time
being
for us
successful
to really
for our channel to be the most successful. I think probably 3 or 4 years ago would have been.
I think definitely 4 years ago,
but
4 or 5.
Better late than never, guys. You get this good podcast in 2017 instead of 2013.
Yep. Those who are listening right now. And we don't upload any more videos. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, like
in the future when we're not uploading any videos, this channel's dead. It's just a catalog of all of our bullshit.
There will come a point. That's weird, man. There's gonna be
someone's listening to this someone's gonna listen to this after our channel is stopped and be like, "Whoa, this is sad." That's gonna be the top comment. I'll be looking for it.
It's weird because this is
60.
You're 60. This is like this channel is a chapter in our life. You know, like where basically it's every day. It's just cataloging and it's just little bits of our life where we talk about what's going on in our life. We talk about our opinions at this point in our life.
Random
bullshit, inappropriate shit that we're going to look back when we're 40 and be like, oh, God, I wish I didn't say that. But like all of this stuff, this channel, I think it's cool because, you know, this is our lives.
It's like a time capsule.
Exactly.
It's like a time capsule filled with Let's Plays.
It's a time capsule filled with Let's Plays.
Isn't that what the next generation wants?
A time capsule of Let's Plays?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They played Conker's Bad Fur Day.
They played Mario Maker.
Oh, damn.
It's like, because you know, our opinions as we get older will change. Our standards will change. Our views on the world will change. Shit like that. More things will happen.
And we're going to be waiting on the world to change.
Waiting on the world to change. But it's like all of this is like encapsulated right now. It's preserved. So there will come a point when there will be a day when it has been 10 years since we've uploaded a video to this channel.
Yeah.
It will have gone without a new upload in 10 years. And all of these videos will still be here. All these podcast episodes will still be on the internet. Everything we're saying. When we're 70, if the internet doesn't get wiped somehow in some nuclear incident or some shit.
Dude, whenever I think about this, it still blows my mind. Like when I'm thinking of from this moment right here, 150 years from now, everyone on the planet currently will not exist, and it'll be just a fresh new bunch of people.
But this shit we're saying right now could still be listened to 150 years from now. These exact waveforms coming out of my mouth in this exact second.
But in 150 years, imagine how much more catalog the internet will have built
How much
up.
more
if the
shit
internet's still around.
will be buried.
Like a bunch of stuff could be. Look, a lot changed when. I guess it was it early middle school or just elementary school? When was the internet kind of getting super big? Like when was Google and AOL? Or like when was AOL kind of? Was that like
kids.
Elementary school?
Yeah, elementary school.
Yeah, so
like late 90s, early 2000s.
that shit happened fast too. I just remember
my
one
God,
day
dude, the internet and technology, the 2000s. I'd say from 1998 or like 2000, just that period to today. The technological...
Say 97 or something.
Yeah, like 97, 96, around when I was born. From the time I was born to today, technology has just blown up at such an exponential rate.
Yeah.
It's like before that, it was it's going up, going up, going up. And then the invention of the internet, everything just whoosh, shot up. And now I think it's kind of starting to plateau off again, maybe a little bit. But holy shit, man. It's cool that we got to grow up and live through a time period in which the world changed at such a massive, fast rate technologically.
I have to say it was... I know like people who are older than us, like in their 30s and 40s, if they ever listen to this, they'd roll their eyes. But still, like I'm speaking from my perspective.
Yeah, from our perspective.
Like it's hard. I'm glad that I lived in a time where stuff wasn't as convenient as it is today.
Yeah, oh definitely.
Like calling your friends like having to remember your friends' numbers and like kind of putting them in like a paper address book in your house or searching for their number in a phone book and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like legitimately pulling out a phone book and looking up like their last name and trying to guess which one is them. And like I'd call probably the wrong house once or twice by accident the first time I did. And like, oh, sorry, wrong short or wrong whatever last name it was.
I remember I still have some of my childhood friends' phone numbers memorized. I still know them to this day just because I called them so much on the phone. And it's funny because the irony of it is you look back at those times and you're like, oh, those were simpler times. But they weren't, because you had to do more work to do certain tasks. So technically they weren't simpler times.
But like hanging out, like
but
when
you
I
see
was,
it as simpler times.
When I was a kid, we'd go out and explore in the woods for fun. We'd go out into like construction areas and go inside the buildings that were under construction. We'd go out and ride bikes. Like, hey, you want to ride bike? Sure. Now today it's just, I mean, it's my fault. Like I could get
birds.
No, like I could 100% go and ride a bike and stuff, but it's more I don't think it's really technology's the problem. I think it's my age, because when I was a kid there was just less to do. I couldn't go out and drive places. You know,
you didn't have technology.
Being
like
inside
today.
Was a punishment.
Yeah.
Well, like being inside by my room without electronics and stuff was a punishment. And now today, like you can pretty much do anything you want.
God, isn't it fucking wild to think that what a smartphone is? Like this little piece of plastic and glass and computer and shit. This little thing in your pocket, you have the entire world of information at your fingertips. Any time of the day, I can look up anything I want and read about it in the world. It's
like probably 10 times more powerful than your first computer was, your first home computer was.
Oh, it's more powerful than the first like spaceships that went to the moon, I think. Like that's fucking crazy.
The new iPhone 10 looks.
Let's talk about the iPhone 10.
I like the look. The price is fucking ridiculous.
$999 is a starting price for a consumer level product.
But as I said, that might be like the base price of buying the phone on its own, and then if you get like a Verizon or something plan, it'll knock it down to like $700.
But still, you gotta. Still, that's fucking for a phone.
Well, I mean, iPhones have always been in the range anywhere between $400 to $700.
And what makes me mad is they charge this price because they know people will buy it, which just keeps making the price go up.
Well, like the price is one thing, but they're also they're getting rid of the fingerprint, like Touch ID thing, and they're replacing it with a facial scan. Tell me how that's gonna work in the dark. Tell me how that's easier to do.
It'll probably like flash the flashlight on your face. A lot of
I don't want to flash. Like it's so easy just to put your thumbprint up on the phone.
And then every time I have to unlock my phone, I have to hold it up to my face
and have a flash happen.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
I don't know. And then like a certain way you get to certain screens is like a diagonal down swipe in the top left corner does this. Like it brings down the control panel, and it's like, okay, this is all cool and everything, but I don't know. Apple recently, especially with their decisions with like MacBooks and stuff, they've really kind of been hitting a sour point with me. In terms of
same here.
In terms of design and cost.
Those are the two things. Honestly, it's design and cost. Their products. Like, I like Apple products. I don't hate Apple. I have a MacBook and I use it for editing and work and stuff, and I really do like it.
They're great personal computers.
Yeah, and I love they're overpriced, crazy overpriced.
Yeah,
but you know, I have an iPhone.
You're paying for good quality, or at least that's what the excuse was for all the years of buying Mac and Apple.
Because back in the day, it's like Mac was like the fancy computer, and it was like, this is the good, powerful thing. Yeah. That's why it's more expensive. But nowadays, when you can build a computer for a third of the price that's 2 times more powerful, or get it assembled for you for the same price, and it's like really good and can do a lot more than a Mac can, they don't really have the excuse of a high price anymore.
I don't think I can go back to like a high-end Mac or whatever after having Windows 10 and shit. I mean, just everything that I'm into in terms of gaming and editing just works a whole lot better, and downloading plugins and, like, let's just even say mods, bring it full circle. That's 1,000 times easier to do.
Oh, well, Windows is more compatible with like everything. Like, most things are designed with Windows in mind. So Windows will always be the more compatible thing. But I don't know what it is. I think maybe it's because I grew up with Mac at home, because my dad is an architectural illustrator, so he used Mac his whole career. And I remember when my dad we got our first family computer, and this was early 2000s, and it was one of those Macs that had the big fat back, and it was like colored and kind of see-through.
Yeah,
it was like the
it was like the white and then semi-transparent back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was like our first family computer. Or there actually might have been one before that, but I think that's the first one I remember. And I don't know. Then my dad always had a Mac. And that's what he did his architectural work off of. So that's what I used for school assignments. That's what I used for fun. That's what I learned Photoshop and editing on. So I have like a special place in my heart for Apple and the Apple interface.
Well, they helped me all throughout my high school career. They like, I learned video editing and photo editing and everything like that in terms of what I do today for a living. I learned on a Mac first.
Yeah. I like editing on Macs. I really do. I think it's a good computer for editing. I think that you're better off, though, building a custom computer to edit on.
I have not been happier with any computer, but I like
the one you built.
Yeah. I love the one I built.
Yeah, if you're looking to get into like video editing, like hardcore video editing, you need something that has a good processor and graphics card and stuff like that.
Certain Macs have that, but at the base price that you're getting for a really good Mac that can handle a lot of rendering.
Yeah,
you're going to be forking over a lot of money than you could have been spending just kind of building it yourself, or doing what I did and just ordering someone to build it for you.
There's a lot of things that Windows does better than Mac, and I think there's a couple things Mac does better than Windows.
For a while, I thought Mac's interface was simpler and easier to manage, because when Microsoft introduced what Windows was it? I can't remember exactly which one. It's the one that made everything turn into blocks, and it was hard to find the control panel.
Windows 8.
And shit.
I hated that when that first came out.
Like
8.1 was good, but when 8 first dropped, and they made it like a tablet essentially, and I'm like, fuck this sucks. But I really like the Mac layout interface. It's like very clean, and I like that for that reason. But I also really like Windows. I don't know. A lot of people are like either one side or the other, like hardcore Windows, hardcore Mac. Honestly, I'm kind of fully in the middle between the two of them. Maybe leaning a little more towards Windows.
Me too, leaning towards Windows as well. But I have a preference of, if I were to get another laptop, I'm probably going to be looking at Mac first.
Oh, I just
like Mac laptops more, even though they've done something stupid recently, which is kind of hindering my want to buy one right now, which is the taking out of the USB ports.
Why did they do that?
Because, I mean, you can buy the little extra thing or whatever that adds USB ports, but it's still USB ports. I got when they took away the CD drive. I got when they changed the charger cable. The charger cable's their own thing. That's cool. They want to innovate and do something different, and I like the lightning cable. I think is what it's called.
I actually really like the lightning cable.
That's such a better improvement than from what was before.
Yeah,
but there's nothing that's really improved as of yet because of this. Maybe in the future they'll be like, "Oh, I'm so glad that they do this, and this is the normal thing now." But USB ports are still used for most of fucking everything, from certain
obsolete.
headsets to hard drives to to mice, keyboards, everything.
Like USB is something that I don't think is becoming obsolete. I could be wrong, and maybe it is, and I just don't realize it. But I get the rise of like USB-C.
It's going to eventually become obsolete, but currently there's no need to take it out of a computer because there's a
We're not at that point yet.
There's a necessity to have a base to have a base USB port without having to buy any extras.
At least one,
yeah.
You know, and then also same how they took out the headphone jack on the iPhone.
And these are on the MacBook Pro, which is like these are like for people that want to do some travel editing and stuff.
You go
like
on
that,
travel, like you go travel, and like someone gives you a hard drive for something. It's like, sorry, I can't plug this in. I have to go buy the accessory. I wouldn't be as mad if.
Well, if you have the computer, you're going to
accessory?
buy the accessory probably with it.
Does it come with the accessory?
Maybe or maybe not, but I still think it's ridiculous. If you lose the accessory, you still have to buy another one. Just more things that you have to keep track of. There's a problem somewhere in that because they took it out for a reason. They took out the USB port for a reason. I don't know why. I'm not into computers that much, and I don't know too much about computers to really get into the logistics of maybe they didn't have enough room or maybe they couldn't. But I kind of don't see how they could because you see like Chromecast computers or some of them have USB ports and shit, and they're the tiniest sons of bitches that don't have to do that much.
That's the thing. It's like
maybe that's why,
thinner
actually.
and smaller doesn't mean better. I'd honestly rather have a thick, heavier laptop that has everything I need in it. I do have to say, the version of the MacBook before the newer ones is an excellent version that if you're looking for a really good laptop for editing and stuff, I mean, it works for me.
I love that touch bar. I love the look of the touch bar on the new Macs, and I love the look of them, but just the whole USB port thing is just kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
But I think even if I were to buy a laptop, I still would probably bite the bullet and get like the additional thing where I plugged a thing into it.
I probably would too. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
We are the problem.
But I mean,
and Apple knows that. Apple knows that's people's mindset. They're gonna get mad about it, but they're still gonna buy it anyway, and still give them money, and they'll still continue to raise prices on things.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the problem.
Or I could just get a iPad.
Or you can get a Leapfrog, a Leapster, or whatever they're called.
Yeah. Actually, a laptop that no, I've been looking at the Windows Surface. I think I really like those computers. As just a travel computer, it turns into a tablet and then it like a computer.
Yeah, I have
thing.
one.
Yeah, like I thought you gave it to Tucker.
Oh yeah, I did. I thought I was giving it to him later. I forgot I already gave it to him. Yeah. So Tucker has one.
Yeah, so I just liked the feel of it and went and played around with one in the mall area. And I don't know, that's probably strong competition with the new MacBooks. I actually probably would go with one of those instead.
I had the one that I had though. I tried video editing on it and it was not good. At least
I wouldn't do video editing on it.
It was really bad for video editing, but everything else was cool. It was fun. Played Space Station 13 on it. Had a good time.
That I just want a travel laptop mainly for movies and stuff like that, or like writing stuff out. And I think like editing would help too.
But anyway, enough on the Mac PC debate. We did want to bring something up. As you know, we're on a little hiatus right now because we're trying to rework on branding, and we mentioned a little bit at the beginning of the podcast. And she's already said it on Twitter, but we did just want to, I guess, say it officially.
Well, Twitter and Tumblr.
Yeah, our channel artist,
our wonderful, amazing, great, fantastic, beautiful,
real beautiful.
She's a cutie.
Yeah, she Foolish Captain Kia. She is actually no longer our channel artist. But this is not because we had a falling out or anything like that. We're just trying something new.
Still keep in contact.
Yeah, we still love that girl.
We're still really like chill and shit. So
because every time people stop working together or do different things on the internet with different people are always like, something happened. Yeah. Something happened. There's drama.
Internet drama.
Believe it or not, no drama. We just are trying something new.
Just going with a new style. And that I think that's one of the things that I have to commend Kia with in particular is that this could have been like one of those things where it turned weird, but it actually was a very kind of graceful maneuver. Like it was very understanding, and it's like, hey, we want to take this new direction. It's just kind of like informing a friend of like, hey, I just need I want to change something with a personal thing that I'm doing, and it's like, that they were helping you out with it before. I was like, oh, okay, and so we've loved the work that she's like,
oh my god,
done.
She's done a fantastic job on the channel.
Go look at those thumbnails, by the way.
Look at all those thumbnails.
Go check her out on Twitter, actually, too.
Yeah.
Like, give her a follow. She's been... we cannot stress enough how much she has helped this channel make its mark and just kind of get out there because she's done a lot of work with the thumbnails behind the scenes. Some of y'all may pay for the Patreon stuff where you get to see her like draw the thumbnails, but every once in a while, like I know you do too, but we'll pop in a stream every now and then just to kind of like watch and see what's going on.
Yeah.
She's an amazing person to work with. Anyone who is looking for someone that is just very easy to work with and does good quality work, she is the animator for you.
Yeah, honestly, if you're looking for someone like that, please reach out to her.
Yeah, because I know she does commissions every now and then. If you're interested in that, remember also, I think look at her Tumblr and Twitter and see if they're open and blah, blah, blah. But if that's something you're interested in, I definitely recommend her.
She's a wonderful girl. And we actually are still going to do some stuff with her in the future, whether it be merch or an animation or something along the lines of. So that's just something we want to fill you guys in on. But our new channel artist is a guy, goes by Don Dororo on Twitter. We're trying something new. Maybe it's a little ballsy, but it's something that Ryan and I want to try, and we feel good about. So we hope that you guys like it too. But anyways, oh my god, man. Anyway, 2017 is flying by.
I know.
Like, this is just one of those years that just... whoosh.
I mentioned that when we were on our way to Taco Bell, like a few days ago. I don't know why I remember specifically why we were on our way to Taco Bell, but I remember just kind of being taken aback by remembering like all the major stuff that's happened this year and going, wow, it's almost over.
Can I tell you something?
What?
That wasn't a few days ago. That was at the very beginning of the month, and we were talking about how...
No, it wasn't.
Like, I can't believe,
it wasn't.
No, really, we were thinking, I can't believe August is already over. And now September's halfway over. Like life is flying by, dude.
Damn.
In the words
Holy
of Ferris
shit.
Bueller, you gotta slow down and sniff roses. Some shit like that.
Rosebud. Ferris Bueller. Yes.
The classic Rosebud from Ferris Bueller.
But yeah, this year's been, I mean, it's of course a long ways from over because we still got like 4 months or so.
Yeah. But still, it's just, I remember New Year's Eve and exactly what I was
3
doing.
months, 3.5 months.
It did not feel that long ago. What I'm wondering is like, because I mean, we're both young. I'm 21, you're 23. And I've heard people say this. They say that, as you get older, life starts to go faster and faster and years feel shorter and shorter because,
Well, because you get into more of a rhythm.
Yeah. Well, not even only that. It's also because your scale of time becomes longer. So when you're 2 or let's say you're 5 years old, you've only existed for 5 years, so a year seems like a really long time. But when you're 20, you've done 20 of those, so a year doesn't seem as long anymore.
But now, hear me out. I think it's due to the fact, like that may be it, but I think it's mainly due to the fact, as I previously said, because when you have a ritualistic kind of lifestyle, get up, go to work, do this stuff, your brain just kind of starts to kind of turn off remembering things because it
starts blending things together.
Because it starts blending things together because like, oh, we're doing this and this. But then when it encounters something new, then it kind of starts to reinvigorate again.
And when you're young, everything's new.
Yeah.
So
you're just always like, oh, we're going here, we're doing this, blah blah blah.
What I'm excited for is
Lulu.
The last quarter of the year is always my favorite.
I thought you were like, I just can't wait for the last quarter of my life.
I just can't wait to be
on an old man in a bed just waiting to die for the last
I honestly can't
years.
tell if I'm excited to be an old man or I'm dreading it.
I'm dreading it. There's a lot of stuff that you're going to be unable to do and a lot of stuff that's more painful to do and a lot of stuff that you're not going to be able to stop yourself from doing when you're older.
I'm half dreading it and half excited, I guess.
I'm not excited at all.
Because it's gonna be like
I'm not excited to die. I don't want to
worry
die
as much.
I don't want to die.
Like I don't know. You just don't have to worry that much.
I guess.
Maybe like you already have all the money you're gonna make in your life already made.
But I can't put myself in that mindset. I'm young.
You're young.
I'm young right now, and when I'm older, I'm sure I'll feel like that. But like, I just know the scary part about it is I know there's gonna be one day where I'm an old man, and I'm just going to be going, God, life went by fast.
Why didn't Super Mega have more subscribers? Damn it.
It's just, sometimes I stay awake at night, and I just get this crippling fear of there will be a moment where life fades to black and I'm gone. Like, my eyes will start to close, or my vision will start to, like, blur, and then just, like, within a 5-second period, I'm fucking just gone.
Life's done, yeah.
Like, everything I've experienced is only up. The only way it can survive is if the internet still goes on and if people still remember this, like not this shit, but like me in general. I don't care if people remember me on this type of shit. I I care about kind of like people I'm close to, like friends and family.
It's weird because we're kind of in one of the first few generations of people that their memory will be preserved forever, or as long as the internet exists, because of the internet. People like us that create stuff online, like our memory and I don't want to say legacy, it's like our legacy, but what I mean is like our lives and our memories will be preserved after we die because of all this stuff. So we're kind of the first generation that leaves a huge it's easy to leave stuff behind because you're leaving more footprints on the internet.
Yeah.
So but yeah, that's the thing. It's like life is it's a crazy thing, and you only get it once. So that's why that's a weird thought, thinking about like
it's just
one day you will die.
It's a crazy ride.
That's why you gotta make the best of it, man. Gotta fucking enjoy it. Do fun shit, because everything you worry about one day won't matter. So
exactly, it's all, everything that you're thinking of is all in perspective to yourself.
In this moment,
like it's your perspective.
Yeah,
like that's it. And I'm not saying it's easy to change your perspective. It could be,
it's like one of the hardest things to do.
It could be, as I said, as you said, sorry, it could be one of the hardest things that you do, or it can be this epiphany moment. But just because you didn't get that epiphany moment and you find it difficult doesn't mean like it won't ever get better, or you won't find a reason to kind of like enjoy your day or enjoy a certain memory or moment.
Because like that's the thing, you know, like everyone deals with shit in their life. Some people have more shit than others, and some people handle it differently, and some people are more optimistic, some people are more pessimistic. But like everyone has to deal with shit in their lives, and things do get shitty in everyone's life. There's no way to avoid that. But you just got to keep in mind that, like, you know, life it's long, but in the big picture, it's short, and life is what you make it ultimately.
Yeah.
The way you deal with things, your mindset, your response to things, what you give power to have power over you. You know, it's like it's really all up to you, and it's easier said than done. But
yeah, of course. Like, I never want it to come across whenever it gets into this type of subject that it's like, oh, it's easy, change your mindset. Oh, everybody has shit in their life. Fucking change, you know, you just be happy. Like, it's not that hard. I think ultimately people need to at least know that it can get better. I don't care if like you can't find a way that you can get better. You just need to know that there is a possibility in this life that you have that it will get better. It could be tomorrow, it could be within a few hours, it could take years, but there's always just a better spot to be in.
Always, yeah.
And
especially if you're young.
Yeah.
If you're young and you think things are shit, it's like, I don't want to sound cliche, like, well, you're young, but you are young. You know, if you're my age and you think things are absolutely shit, you've lived 1/5 to 1/4 of your life. How do you, and you know, all of that couldn't have been filled with shit. There's happy moments. So how do you know that it's not just because you're young? You'll get older. Life changes. My life will be completely different from what it is in 10, 20 years.
Yeah. I guess my only, this is so weird, but I guess my advice would be to recognize that it can get better and then seek professional help so that they can help point you in the direction to get to that place.
Oh, absolutely. Like
professional help is just 100% where people need to look.
There's a stigma that, you know, going to therapy or getting help is, well, I'm glad that the stigma is actually going away these days, but at least back when I was younger, when you were younger, it seems like there was more of a stigma around mental health and around like going to seek help means that you have something wrong with you. Going to a therapist to talk about your problems means that you have a mental illness or you're crazy. And that's simply not the case. A therapist is someone that you can simply go to vent about your problems, and it's someone that's specialized in problems you have, and they can give you the tools you need to work around problems. I go to a therapist, and I love going to a therapist. Almost everyone I know goes to a therapist. Like, I'd say 50 to 75% of people I know go to a therapist. And there's nothing wrong with that. So for people out there that feel like you have shit, it doesn't matter how big or small. If you have anxiety, depression, you're bipolar, whatever, like, going to a therapist is seriously a life-changing thing that I recommend everyone does. I think everyone should see a therapist.
And if a therapist doesn't work for you, that doesn't mean that, oh, well, I've literally tried everything I can. Like, there are other methods too. There are different forms of therapy than a therapist.
Exactly. There's a lot of different forms. You know, find something that works for you. And also, if you go to a therapist and it's not working, that probably just means that therapist doesn't work. There are tens of thousands of therapists. Yeah. They're not all the same. They use different methods. They're all different. So if you go to one and it doesn't work, try another one. Don't give up.
I remember, like, there's one therapist that I didn't like, and It was mainly because her religious bias played a lot into the therapy sessions.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could let that taint that. But moving on from that, I also had a better therapist. I've had a better therapist before her, and I recognize that. And, you know, you just have to see that therapists are people with their own personality, and just like how you can't be friends with everyone you run across in the street, not every therapist is going to work for you. And also you have to find a therapist that you legitimately click with and are able to share something with. If you feel uncomfortable with a therapist, then maybe that's not the right therapist for you. So,
because I guess one of the biggest things about going to a therapist is you have to be honest.
Yeah.
And you have to say things, and you have to tell them stuff that, you know,
well,
you
therapists and doctors, any sort of medical professional,
you have to be honest. You can't have a bias like, oh, you don't want them to judge me. That's their job. They're a therapist or doctor. They're not going to judge you.
You can lie to your friends. You can lie to your family. You can lie to whoever you want to, but just when it comes to mental health or any type of medical issue, I guess, but mainly talking about mental health right now, do not lie to your medical professional. Do not lie to a doctor. Do not lie to a therapist.
They're there to help you.
Do not lie to people who are possibly prescribing you medications.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of information that you could be hiding from them that they need or would be beneficial for you in the end.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point of those people is to help you, and if you're not being honest with them, you can't help yourself. So
yeah.
And
I don't want to like put a damper on anything, but when this podcast goes out, it's going to be September 14th. And a lot of you already know that Matt and I had a friend 2 years ago, back in 2015, Daniel Kyer, just a great all-around friend. I don't know how to explain it. We all just clicked together. Him and I moved out here a long time ago. I knew him since high school. And around 2 years ago, September 16th, he attempted suicide, and that started the ball rolling on a lot of people's lives changing and a lot of things being brought up into the forefront. And unfortunately, he did pass away September 18th, 2015. I just want to say, you know, of course I miss him, and there's a lot of people that miss him. And there's a lot of people that are thinking about him currently and will always be thinking about him. But I also want to make room to remember what he did and how talented he was. He has a SoundCloud. If you could go listen to some of his music.
It'll be in the description. Links to the stuff he created out of his passions will be in the description.
And we did Syndigo. Look up that channel. He was also on I think one Kids with Problems video, if not two.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of content with Daniel out there, and I would hate to see his creative energy go with him, I guess.
Right.
And I want to kind of keep it out there. And I if I could recommend any song of his, it's my favorite. It's What If I'm Right. It should be on his SoundCloud. But it would seriously mean a lot if you at least tried to listen or view or just enjoy what he was able to bring to people before he unfortunately passed away way too early.
I miss him like crazy, and it's such a tragedy what happened. And that's the reason, you know, we got into this conversation is because, you know, we have an audience, we have a lot of reach, and everyone deals with shit. So we just want to make sure that, you know, if you're dealing with shit, you can get help, and there is help out there. So you're not alone in all this. So essentially, that's what we want to say.
Yeah, and of course, much respect to you, Daniel. I know it always feels weird talking to someone who's gone, but I miss the hell out of him. He had such a big impact on both of Matt and I's lives, and it's just we want to make sure he's remembered appropriately and for what he loved doing, which was music.
I want people to remember him for what he did and not just for what happened to him.
Yeah,
you know. You don't want his memory to be lost in just sadness. We got a little serious towards the second half, which we don't usually do, but we did want to say that stuff, and we want to remember Daniel. So thank you guys for understanding and listening, and we'll see you next week. We have a guest coming on next week. Guest, you guys will be...
Not a planned guest.
Not a planned guest. It just kind of happened in the recording.
It's already pre-recorded. We already have it recorded.
It's a really funny episode, though. So next week, we'll be on a much more positive note. Some new branding. So that'll roll out next week. So this is actually the last podcast episode where you're going to see this this lovely design on screen. So it's like, you know, farewell to that. But
Hey guys, things might be looking a bit different.
looking a little different on screen.
Well, this is episode 61 of our world-renowned podcast.
It is world renowned.
We went to go see it again, actually.
We saw the movie It
with a group
twice.
this time. We went with all your favorite Martians. We got
Ray William Johnson.
yeah. I don't know. I just kind of went right into It just because that's the first thing I had in mind. I don't know if you had anything else to talk
Hey,
about.
it's two podcasts starting with It.
Was it any different the second time for you?
No, I noticed a few things, but I still enjoyed it.
It's my third time seeing
My second review in two podcasts in a row. It's still a good movie.
My third time seeing it.
It's a funny clown movie. Very good.
Funny clown movie.
I'm Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Welcome to the podcast.
What are you doing here, Aaron?
Yo, can I sit with you guys?
Yeah.
Come on in, dude. You want a mic?
We don't. Do we need to turn on a mic?
I can just turn on a mic.
Dude, you want to be on this
Okay.
podcast? We just
Probably
started.
scoot on over.
Guys, we got special guest Aaron Hansen.
You guys didn't expect it.
Totally prompted.
We didn't expect it. Just walked in and said, "Can I join the podcast?" So why not?
Yeah, man. What are you guys up to?
We just got done talking about It, but maybe you have an opinion on it?
No, I don't give a shit.
Cool,
Okay.
man.
I don't give a shit. It.
Dude!
Nice.
Is that what they're gonna call the sequel? Like it's gonna appear on screen, and all of a sudden the S and the H are gonna come like fading in.
Chapter 2. Shit.
Oh, you know what they could do? They could do a poster where it's his face and it says "It happens,"
Dude,
but it's like it says "shit happens," but his head is covering up the S.
like one of those dad golfing shirts.
My dad wears those. The ones.
No, that's
where it's
like
it's
Life
5
is
o'clock.
Crap.
Yeah, my dad wears "Life is Crap."
Have
So
either
it's
of you
fine.
read the book?
No,
Life is
I have
Crap.
not read the book. I mean, I haven't read the book, but I've had it explained to me because my cousin read it, and I've always like whenever he read something scary, I'd be like, "What's the scariest part in the book? What happened in that scene? Does this happen? I heard this happen."
So
So
the
like,
Wolfman's in it and shit.
yeah, like a lot of because I believe Stephen King like wanted a lot of his like childhood like monster movie kind of things in there, and that was like a way to kind of get them all in, which is cool.
I don't know if this is true or if this was a bit, because I had never heard anything about the book before. But I was watching Red Letter Media.
Yeah,
They were doing a review of it, and they were talking about the book, and I guess there's an underage gangbang in it.
there is,
What?
yeah. There's because well, in the book, like to I guess get because it's all about kind of coming of age, you know, the transition from childhood to adulthood, and to make that transition in the book to like kind of be like, oh, let's do this together. We're all gonna get out of this alive, and we're all gonna do okay. They all have sex with Bev.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't they throw that in the movie?
Woo! Do you think that was just a deleted scene where with
You get the
director's
Blu-ray and you get to watch.
Like, I wonder what kind of deleted scenes there are. He's like, oh.
God? It is. They do have a gangbang. Like that's like a very
That
infamous
wasn't a
part
bit
of the
they
book.
were doing.
Why-
No, that's
why-
an infamous part of the book.
What's up with Stephen King? Why is he writing that?
Stephen King. Wait. Are you really like confused about that? Stephen King's known for like all this weird sexual shit. Like he's a
I've
pervert.
never read a Stephen
Really?
King novel. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
I mean, I've read Carrie.
He's a very big pervert, especially apparently like back then. Because I don't know if this was like apparently he like did a bunch of coke.
Stephen King?
Yeah.
That doesn't. Wow, no way.
I don't know that much about Stephen King. All I know is that he's a pervert and did coke and writes a bunch of
Wow.
books.
Well, now I don't feel so bad that I think he looks like a ventriloquist dummy.
He does. He totally does.
He's got like the lines that go down.
Like Jeff Dunham could have his hand up his ass.
What do you think Jeff
stick a
Dunham's
curtain.
jokes would be with the Stephen King puppet?
I don't even know, man.
you ever seen an underage gangbang? I think of it all the time.
Just
The
the
audience
audience
book
is
is fine.
silent. Well, what's Jeff Dunham up to these days, man? Is he still doing his puppet stuff?
I think he has a Vegas show,
That would make sense.
like a Vegas residency.
Now, I don't want to like shit on anybody because people still, of course, make a lot of money doing shows in Vegas. But when you see comedians or something like start having Vegas shows, is that like
So
they're fading out? They're like fading out of the limelight?
No, not exactly.
Because it used to be a big thing to be in Vegas. Like, think of at least for me, it was a Mind Freak with Chris Angel.
Yeah.
Like, but now when I think of Vegas, I guess maybe it's just because I've grown older, and when I think of Vegas, it's not as bright and colorful.
dirty.
It's just a
dirty
it's just a
place.
dry, despicable place in the
Well, I
daytime.
think that's how it's always been.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, like I just bright lights, a pyramid. Oh, whoa! And now as an adult, I'm like, this place is dirty, gross.
I just like to imagine the juxtaposition of you like, wow, look at this place, and then like it's smash cut into the pyramid, and there's just some dude banging like 3 hookers.
Because that was happening when I was like, while I was having that thought. Because I went to Vegas, I think when I was like 14. When I was under 18, my parents like went to Vegas and they took me, and I went to go see Penn and Teller and shit. And I just remember it was weird because around all on the ground were those cards, those like hooker cards.
Oh, I got a ton of them.
And you
last
called
time.
one of them one
Yeah, I
time
called one
on
of
the
them.
Sindago podcast. Or the Syndigo podcast.
Sindago.
That's what we called the podcast
That's
for
what
a
the podcast
while.
is called,
The
just to mess with people.
Yeah, and so we put an accent over it, and the beginning had like a Mexican theme, like dun 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 dun.
Everyone was like, wait.
Sindago.
I've been saying Syndigo this whole time. Is it Sindago?
Yeah, because people didn't know how to pronounce it, so we just made 2 like things to confuse people. But and then there were these trucks that went by. And they had like the billboards of like the women on it with like the number to call. And in my head when I was young, I always thought that they just kept the women inside those vehicles. And they would like drop them off at hotels and stuff. Just pack a bunch of women into those like billboard
Here's
trucks.
Cindy. Sign here.
They open the back and
They
she comes out.
They have them lined up like. One's like this, another one's upside down, facing them, like to fit them all in.
They're all hanging by their feet. And then like the rack comes out. And it's like,
Yeah, you press a certain button. It's like those vending machines where the claw goes to a certain rack and picks them out.
Man, in like 20 years in Vegas, they're
Imagination.
gonna have like claw machines where you can just pick hookers out. Like, I want that one. I want that one.
It's like-
Daddy!
Which is odd because I don't understand why Vegas has gotten the stigma of like prostitution is legal. Because it's not. It's very.
It is outside of Vegas.
It's
Yeah,
like
like
it's
north of
like
Vegas.
yeah, like probably like 30 minutes or in some county or
Carson
something.
County or something, I
Yeah,
don't know.
outside of Vegas, but in Vegas,
There's
why
like a legit old school brothel
Yes.
you can go to and just like bang some girl
I mean, I'd
or
Company
dude.
trip?
Or dude. But to answer your previous question, a Vegas residency doesn't mean anything. It just means a steady paycheck.
yeah.
So for somebody who's like a little bit older or just tired of the touring lifestyle, because touring's stressful. Like you get to travel. It's exciting, but when you get older and you have a family and stuff, you don't want to travel that much. So
Yeah.
getting a Vegas residency is perfect. You get to get a house and you get to stay there and you fucking play like sold out shows every week. And you're playing a show a night. Like you can't. That's unsustainable on the road. But in Vegas, people are there to be entertained. So.
Yeah. Or it means that the united forces of the world to contain Jeff Dunham to one shitty city has worked. I'm sorry,
very
Jeff.
true.
Jeff, if you're listening, which I 99.9% sure you're
Matt,
not.
odds are just by yourself. You have to buy a ticket to a Jeff Dunham show. Go travel to Vegas.
all the way
and
to
see
Vegas
it.
by myself?
Yeah.
So in
You
term-
can't spend the night after the show. You have to drive back.
10.
10?
10.
1, 2, 3,
4.
6.
I almost said 6.
Oh.
All right, Ryan, what are the odds you have to go see Jeff? You have to go see 2 Jeff Dunham shows in a row.
100.
All right.
I don't want to do it.
3, 2, 1, 60.
44. Oh,
All right, you're off the hook,
Jesus
man. You don't have to do
Christ.
it.
I have to cover my eyes because I'm afraid like I'll start reading his lips and say the number he's about to say and shit. So I have to cover my eyes while saying the number.
See the fucking Jeff Dunham show twice.
Have you ever been to the Burbank Airport, Bob Hope?
Yeah.
I've been around there. I haven't actually been.
It's like this old weird airport that they don't update ever, and like it's like the planes like come up to the fucking.
There's like a bunch of FedEx
where you're sitting,
like, planes and stuff
yeah,
too.
and then you just like get up on a ladder and shit. Anyway, they have all these ads up that are like really old, and there's one for Jeff Dunham that they've never taken down.
Does it have
and, like,
peanut in it?
It's got all of his like famous bits, and it's like it's either for like a DVD or the Vegas show or something, but it's always there every time I see it for the past like 4 years.
I'll still always remember his part in Delta Farce.
He had a part in Delta Farce?
Yeah, he was the scared white American that was being bullied by the mean Mexicans.
Did he pull out his little like jalapeno?
Yeah, he was using jalapeno on a stick.
Like he really had him.
And and he was like
I was
kind of
fucking joking.
Yeah, and like I think it's kind of referencing that he's kind of beat up, and they kind of, for me, like if I can remember correctly, it just seems like the Mexican cartel stole Jeff Dunham so he could do a stand-up bit in their shitty like bar.
Keep him.
That's what happens to Jeff Dunham in the movie.
If Jeff Dunham legitimately got kidnapped by the cartel, you know that there'd be like some like DEA FBI operation to try to get him back, because that's just, he's an American sweetheart. So if they stole him, there would have to be a legitimate FBI investigation to get Jeff Dunham
There's a
back.
fucking video, a ransom video, but he's using like Peanut to speak in it, or using his characters to speak.
And there's like the guys behind him with like loaded guns and shit.
That's some pre-Twitter shit, man. Like whenever some celebrity like caught fire or whatever, they had to like go do a movie where they like made fun of it, or like made some sarcastic like whatever, man, that's just how I am.
They had to
like
face the problem and be like, that's just me.
It's just how this is who I did, what the jokes I do. If you get offended, fuck you, man.
Oops. You guys caught up on Ted Cruz's Twitter?
Yeah.
Twitter drama?
Yeah.
Twitter drama. I like
He
to think
had
it's
a
like
fun
a
night.
Twitter
So,
extravaganza.
He was like masturbating in that moment. 100%,
He had like
right?
what I'm imagining is happening is, you know, it's late at night where he is on the East Coast. He gets up, he's like, I gotta go tug myself off, and he goes in the bathroom and he's watching his stuff, and he accidentally likes it, and that's what happens.
Do you think he touched his wiener to it?
Yeah, definitely.
Like he was trying to touch like the girl's face in the video, and he was like, "Yeah,
Slapping it against the phone.
My giant penis looks awesome next to this tiny woman."
He's trying to figure out how this masturbation thing works.
How does this work? It's like
So what-
slapping it against his hand.
You just hear, it's not
It's like
working.
doodly one like, doodly
Like,
two likes.
His wife is scratching her head trying to figure it out with him. It's like, I don't know. How do you do it? We made kids.
She spits on it.
Spits on the screen.
I don't get it.
I just don't get it.
She starts sandwiching her phone in between his phone.
Liking it on her account too.
Yeah, makes a phone penis burger.
Ted Cruz has found himself in one sticky situation.
And I like to imagine the press conference the next day would just be him explaining the whole thing. No, you don't understand. See, I was trying to figure out how it worked. And I'd slap my penis several times on the screen.
My wife, you should have seen her. She was scratching her head. Poor thing. She took her phone and actually squished my penis in between my phone and her phone. Still didn't work. We tried a different porn on her phone than my phone.
I just don't get it. Don't understand it.
The funniest part is that I was reading shit on Reddit about it, but people were saying that like that porn star you liked is famous for like mother-son stuff.
Oh God!
And apparently, was that one like a mother-son?
Let's not draw any conclusions.
But that's what
from
she's
that.
famous for, is mother-son stuff. I'm just saying.
Whatever. So what? Some people are into weird shit.
Just don't tag my history.
Yeah, just don't. I've actually accidentally liked back probably a few years, like 2 years ago. I think I accidentally liked a pornographic Instagram photo, and I was looking through and I didn't know there was this section where it's like posts you've liked, and I was scrolling through just to look back memories. There's this one like just 2 pictures straight of just the topless woman. I was like, whoops. So I know like some of my followers got the update. Ryan liked this, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, because you can
That's
just check what
interesting.
people like on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm sure some people saw that.
now.
I know, you can't even turn it off, as far as I know.
Fucking Twitter, man. Because I like artists and pinup girls, and a lot of the ones I like are like they're like topless or whatever, and then
Yeah.
it's like that's gonna show up on fucking like
Because-
Michael Ian Black's feed.
It'll randomly
want
say
that.
like Ego Raptor Jones liked, and it'll just show it like on my timeline. I don't even have to go see what you
Yeah.
liked. It'll just pop up and say what you liked. Like, I guess because it's suggesting that I like it too.
Yeah, so uncool.
Someone call Mark Zuckerberg up.
You found a solution, Aaron. You're starting using a Hootsuite.
Oh yeah. Well, that doesn't change Twitter's.
Well, I mean, you're looking at Twitter less. So,
oh
like,
yeah.
seeing
I
that
don't
shit
browse
doesn't-
Twitter anymore.
Yeah,
Because I used to just like lose hours of my day.
that's what I do. Like,
Looking
I'll
at
go
Twitter.
home, lay on my bed, scroll through Twitter, scroll through YouTube, do other stuff, and then I'll like play a video game for 5 minutes.
Sniff panties?
Maybe. You got me, yeah.
I did in Japan. I bought him one of those used panties from a vending machine.
Really? It has a picture of a topless girl that comes with it. The girl that
she signed the picture?
she signs the picture and everything.
It was like
Those are
500 yen.
mine. It's like some dude named Carl. It was mine.
It's like they just rub it around on the ground. It looks a little dirty. Okay, there you go.
It smells like ground dirt.
Yeah, that's hot, dude.
It smells like fucking Worcestershire sauce.
I can't say that word.
It is.
I used to have a
Worcestershire.
I had a British friend, and his mom was like, "Oh, you can't say it," and I was like, "How do you say it?" And she was like, "What?"
Yeah.
How do you say it? Is it
Worcestershire. I don't know. Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It's not said how it's spelled. It's said like
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire or something.
Worcestershire.
It's weird. I don't know how to say it. Worcestershire.
Give me the steak sauce. That's not A1.
Give me the W one.
Give me A2.
You mean Worcestershire? Sure. Yeah.
Worcestershire.
That's the one.
We used to use that a lot when we went on camping trips. We used to like just have Worcestershire sauce and ground beef, and like that's what we'd make for like dinner. We'd make like a turtle or whatever with it.
What?
Which was like you make the ground beef in the shape of a turtle.
Oh, I used to drink that stuff straight, man.
You used to drink ground beef straight?
No,
gargle it,
Worcestershire
dude.
sauce.
Oh,
It's great. Like put it on your toothbrush instead of water.
brush your teeth with
Dude, it's a non-Newtonian fluid.
What is a non-Newtonian fluid?
It's a fluid that changes its viscosity based on the shear rate.
What?
the shear rate?
So based on like the velocity of the object that's being imposed upon it, it'll change its
The force being enacted.
physical shape.
So something
yeah.
can sit on top of it, or if it's going fast enough, can like go inside of it. Is that like that?
It's the opposite.
Okay.
So if the faster something hits it, the more solid it is.
Oh, because it can. Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
So if you just have like oobleck is the famous non-Newtonian fluid. So if you hold it in your hand, it'll just like goop out like liquid. But if you like punch it, it'll be solid.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gotta play with some of that stuff.
There's like real life non-Newtonian fluids like toothpaste. That's why I mentioned it. Toothpaste is a non-Newtonian fluid.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
It's different. Yeah, based on the shear rate.
You ever just play with toothpaste, like just taking a tube and squeezed it all in your hand and just played with it?
Nope.
Well, I guess that makes one of us. When I was younger, like
Yeah, dude.
I had to be like probably 13 or something.
Tell me about your experiences so I could share mine.
I just took a tube of
That I
toothpaste.
totally have.
And I was just like filling my hand with it and playing with it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Dude, same, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You pretty much explained it already for me, so I don't even have
That's
to
what I was doing too.
jump in.
Who didn't do that when they were a kid, right? Just get a
Who
tube of
didn't do
toothpaste
that
for
when they were
Christmas?
29?
I hated toothpaste when I was younger. I thought it felt weird. Like the texture of toothpaste was odd. It was like chalky.
Well, that's what
is.
it's supposed to be.
I know.
It's
I like
like
it just,
polishing
I
your
just-
teeth.
I hated that. Like I hated going to the dentist and then brushing my teeth and then like they did the thing where it's like you can't rinse your mouth out with water. You have to just spit.
Yeah,
You know what I
they told
mean?
me that too.
When
They're
they
like,
clean,
don't-
like you can't rinse it out with water to spit out after they're done cleaning your teeth. You just have to dry spit.
I hate
and then
that.
you can't
I
like.
hate that.
I hate the fucking the tube they put in your mouth. It's like, okay, it feels like it's sucking your soul out of your body.
The last dentist I had a checkup probably like a few months ago, and he went to town with that scraping tool.
Oh,
like
I hate it.
so much so where
Well, he's trying to get all this shit off your teeth.
Well, but this is like the only time where like in my head, like my eyes are like something's up right now. He's doing something a little different. He's putting a little more elbow grease into like he's just and right when like I thought he'd be done because it hurt like a motherfucker. Because he'd accidentally like clip my gums and shit.
Ooh.
He'd just start
Do you
all over
floss?
again. No, that's why.
Well, there you
because
go.
my gums bleed easy.
Yeah.
If you floss, for
They'll
like
bleed.
a
They
week,
bleed
they'll
easy because you
stop.
don't floss.
I know, but like if I floss, they bleed easy.
When I for like 2 days. And then
No!
it's fine. It's true. Every day
I got those
went,
little picks with the like that
Yeah,
look like
I got
a
some
claw.
at 7-Eleven.
They
Yeah.
look like that.
Oh, flossers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Use
like
those.
every time I do it,
Like a mouthful of blood.
yeah.
Let's do it every day. Look, I went to the dentist, every bi-yearly or whatever, biannually.
I was about to say bi-monthly.
No.
Jesus.
And then they'd always go in and they'd be like, you need to floss more, and I'm like, yeah. And then I always never flossed. And then one time they did it and they were like, you should floss more, and I was like, all right, fine, I will. And then I flossed for every day, and then I went to the dentist next, and they were like, you're great. And I was like, it's
Wait.
true what they say.
I'm gonna try that now for my next dentist appointment.
I
Yeah.
am too. I've been.
I'm
to the
gonna
dentist
floss a
while.
week beforehand and see if they notice.
Yeah, they're just like little plaque buildup, but it's great. Did you
Yeah.
floss? I'm like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
it shows.
I'm so lucky with my teeth because I'm not good with like dental hygiene in terms of like I'll brush like the typical 2 times a day, but I won't sit there for like 2 minutes like straight brushing my teeth. Like I'll probably brush them for like 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'll use mouthwash. I'm like, the mouthwash is taking care of the rest. And then but like each time I go to the dentist, no cavities, nothing. Even though like I went through this whole period where like ate like shit, my dental hygiene was horrible, still no cavities.
So me, on the other hand, I brush morning and night almost every single day. I don't miss it. I take good care of my teeth. I go to the dentist like, oh, you got 8 cavities. I'm like, what? How? Apparently it's genetics. Like it's part dental hygiene, but mainly it's just genetics. Because I had a friend and he drank like 3 Mountain Dews a day. And when I had all these cavities, it was because I was working in a fast food place. So I was drinking soda every day, and they're like, that's why you have cavities. And my friend drank like twice as soda as me, barely brushed his teeth, and like, oh, no cavities. So I guarantee next time I go back to the dentist, I'm gonna have cavities. But I had a dentist that was like, he was kind of condescending to me. I remember one time he was asking me if I floss, and I was like, he's like, you floss? I'm like, rarely. I don't really floss that much. And he's like, does mommy need to remind you? Does mommy put sunscreen on you too? And I was like,
oh my god,
what? Right?
This is mommy.
How old are you?
This was like 2 years ago.
you were
I was
you were a
19,
19-year-old man, like a young
was like,
man.
He's like, does mommy remind you to put sunblock on too? My mom was there too. And I was like, no, fucking asshole.
Oh man.
And after we got there, my mom was like, that was weird. It was a little condescending. He's like such a condescending dentist. I mean, he's a good dentist, just very condescending.
He's not a good dentist. Half of being a dentist is bedside manner.
Fuck, that's true. Like
Every dentist does the same fucking shit.
Every dentist that's good that does it isn't condescending.
I'm not saying anything about dentists. I'm just saying every dentist I've run into, their voice, it's like very calming, but it's like what I imagine a pedophile would sound like. It's like dentists and pedophiles have the same type of tone.
Now, I'm not saying all dentists are pedophiles.
It's just like, have you taken care of your teeth? Yeah. Oh,
Well, it's
man,
probably 'cause-
those teeth look really good.
It's probably because it's like a grown man up in your face, up close to you. That's probably why it feels. It's like a soft
Yeah, they're
man's
just
voice
trying to be
up close
gentle.
to you.
Yeah.
I can feel them breathe on me sometimes. Even through their mask, you can feel like the warmness of their breath.
And they're saying all that dentist bullshit. That's like labial bipolar.
Have you seen that? Have you seen the Louis? Have you seen the show?
Yes, that's. I was
The
thinking
dentist.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Such a good show. I love that show
put
so
the banana
much.
in your mouth. Go on.
So like in that scene, in that world,
there you
like the
go.
dentist did put his dick inside
Yeah.
of Louis' mouth
Yeah.
100%. I love that. I love that the guy's like Louis wakes up and the guy's just in a rush like, oh, yeah, good, you're good.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's great.
Isn't in Seinfeld? Isn't there a moment in Seinfeld where the dentist like fucks on top of him?
What? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Bryan Cranston's the dentist, and he fucks on top of Jerry while he's unconscious of the dentist.
I thought that
I
was,
didn't make that up.
I thought
right?
that was
Like,
in something else. If that's in Seinfeld, that would be
I
interesting.
swear that's in Seinfeld.
Maybe it was in like Seinfuck, like the Seinfeld parody, porn
Does that
parody.
exist?
I'm glad that
Seinfeld?
that would be the name,
Yeah.
just sign fuck.
Yeah, they just don't want to get creative with it.
But then in parentheses it says a Seinfeld parody, just in case you didn't know.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Better suck this dick. Squeeze the cum out of it.
Those are some big breasts! I've never seen such big breasts!
Elaine, your breasts and nipples are very large.
What's the deal with your nipples?
Dum, dum.
You can tell they didn't cast me correctly because I'm circumcised!
Hey, Jerry.
Starts
Kramer.
Kramer.
Creamer.
Kramer?
Creamer.
George loses virginity in front of all of them.
This is every episode of Seinfeld, all right? This is every episode of Seinfeld, right?
I've never
here
seen
goes.
an episode of
You've
Seinfeld.
never seen
great, dude.
Seinfeld?
No.
All right,
fucking love Seinfeld.
here's every episode of Seinfeld, and you can quote me on this, and you can watch, and you'll be like, he was totally right.
Okay.
Here's every episode of Seinfeld, all right? Seinfeld's like in his house or whatever, and then George comes in, he's like, Jerry, he smig mobbed me. And he's like, what did he smig mob you? He smig mob. What did he smig mob? He smig mobbed me. I don't know. What's a smig mob? And then Elaine comes in and she's like, And she's like, hey guys, what's it going? He's like, hey, Smig Bob me. He's like, oh, well, you can't get Smig Bob. You don't want to get Smig Bob. But he's Smig Bob.
And is Jerry like, what are you talking about?
He did. He's Smig Bob. That's a bad thing. You don't want to get Smig Bob. That's not a big deal to get Smig Bob. It is a big deal to get Smig Bob. And then Kramer comes in and he's like, hey, Jerry. And they're like, I got Smig Bob, Kramer. And he's like, oh, you don't want to get Smig Bob. And he's like, I told you don't want to get Smig Bob. It's not a big deal. Let's look, I'll go out and get Smig Bob right now. And then we get Smig Bob. That's every episode of Seinfeld.
I've never heard a more accurate representation of an episode of Seinfeld. Holy shit. Have you practiced that?
No.
That is to a T. That's Seinfeld. That is it.
That is every episode of Seinfeld. So go watch Seinfeld and you'll be like, oh, that's fucking...
All you need is like
right.
All I will picture like is just you dubbing over everything that they're saying.
Mix in some establishing shots of like a New York high-rise with a bass line. And then...
Hey, Smig Bob me!
Jerry!
Well, you don't want to get Smig Bob.
I actually saw that Jerry Seinfeld is in talks to make a new show with NBC.
What?
A show about nothing, which is what Seinfeld was advertised as. Maybe they're bringing back Seinfeld for
Was
the new
it
generation.
advertised as it? I feel like it was like many seasons in before they...
It's like known as the show about nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably pulled that one out later, though.
Can't wait till the fucking nerd writer thing about like... Seinfeld is a show about nothing, but is it really?
About nothing. See, Jerry lives in a house. That house, we all live in a house. I use the bathroom 2 times a week. Seinfeld. Nerd writer. Good job, nerd writer.
Family. Family really is the key, integral point of Seinfeld.
Sounds like Vsauce. Hey, Michael, Vsauce here.
Haven't we all been schmid-bob at some point?
But truly what he is saying is that nothing is everything. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. You can go check out Squarespace.
Check out Squarespace.
My sponsor, yeah. Can't do the show without him.
So doesn't Vsauce have his own Bill Nye-esque show or Mythbusters-esque show where it's like a
On YouTube
science
Red, yeah. He's got
thing?
He's got some science show.
Who?
Yeah.
Bill Nye?
No, Vsauce.
Jesus.
Same thing.
I like zoned out and just pieced together words like one of those fucking where you put the square in the circle. You have to match the square with the square. I just got a bunch of the shapes and I was like, fuck, where do they
Bill
go?
Nye Vsauce?
Vsauce has his own show.
Vsauce is like the Bill Nye of this generation.
Who's Vsauce? Oh, he's the guy who shows up.
It's the bald
like,
guy.
Hey.
He just pops up into the frame.
He's the guy who sings My Sex Junk. Goes, oh.
Is that true?
No.
Do
it's
you
not
remember
true.
that on Bill Nye's new show? The My Sex Junk
Oh,
song
Rachel
they did?
Bloom, yeah.
Yeah.
She did Princess Peach in Luigi's Ballad on Starbomb.
Did she?
Really?
That was her?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Was that really her?
Yeah. She's from Crazy
Because she was
Ex-Girlfriend.
rapping in that, but she can actually sing.
That was funny. I did an event where we were going as Starbomb, and then like it was all like, oh, it's like what an honor to do this event as Starbomb, right? And then like in the email chain, he was like, hey, just checked out your music videos. Could you instead get like Rachel Bloom? Could you get us in contact with Rachel Bloom? And I was like, man, I was so excited to do the Starbomb thing. It was fucking
Wait, who emailed you?
the guy who was organizing the event
Oh.
to get like Starbomb on, and then he was more interested in Rachel Bloom.
Wait a second, Aaron.
Huh.
Are you doing a live show today?
Mhm.
Tonight?
Yeah.
It's already passed, but I hope it went well, Aaron.
I do too. I am incredibly nervous about it.
Why are you nervous specifically about this? Because usually when I talk to you about shows, you're kind of like, oh, I've kind of...
You're jazzed, man.
Yeah, you're like
just-
jazz. You're like, I've done this before. It's like, it's kind of easy for me now because I kind of like, you've gotten used to not being nervous on stage
Well,
and
that's
stuff.
exactly why I haven't done this format before.
What's different about this format? If
We're changing it up. I don't like to give too much away, but it's
Okay.
a different show. It's a show that
I'm legitimately interested, so we could like cut this part out and you could tell me right now. Because we could cut it
I'll
out.
tell you afterwards.
Okay.
But it's a show where like the current show that we do, it's a good show, but we can't go to the same city with it.
I've
Yeah.
already done it, yeah.
Yeah, because once you see it, you sort of get it, and then you get all the beats, and then you're like, oh, okay. And it's still fun. Like if you go a second time, there's like improv-y little bits and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's the same format. But this new format is more of a format and less of a show. So we could theoretically like come up with new bits and stuff and plug it into this format.
Yeah.
And then tour it around. So I think it'll be much more efficient. It'll probably be easier in the long run to do and more interesting, but we just haven't done it yet, and we haven't done a lot of like prep work. That's sort of the point of these shows. They're small shows with a lot of people or not a lot of people. So we can just go up and basically, like, if we fucking completely fuck up, we're just like, sorry guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They're like really cheap tickets, and yeah. So
have a guy on the soundboard that just goes boom.
boom, boom,
Bring out Seinfeld.
Jerry.
So how about those guys?
I love the Game Grumps.
I love him so much. Where's my cash?
Where's my $3 billion? Get him on Guest Grumps, man.
Dude, I would love to get Jerry Seinfeld on Guest Grumps. He'd be like, "What is this? I don't care."
So he's like one of those that like. Is he? No, Larry David's more cynical, or does Seinfeld kind of have the same mindset as Larry David when it comes to like stuff? Like I feel like he's like, so you watch people play video games?
I think Larry David's
I remember when you were the ones doing the playing. What's going on?
I don't know, man. I don't really know who Jerry Seinfeld is.
Who is Jerry Seinfeld?
He sort of plugs into the persona even when he's doing, like interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
He says, I'm the clean comic Jerry Seinfeld. I'm clean.
He is the clean man. That's what he's known as. Louis
Watch
C.K. said that in an
That's what they
interview.
call him?
No.
The clean man?
No, I wish.
Mr. Clean. Jerry Seinfeld and Mr. Clean are the same person.
Is that like Larry the Cable Guy, but for Seinfeld?
Yes.
It's the clean man.
I actually like...
Come see the clean man.
Larry the Cable Guy is so much nostalgia for me. Because like when I was younger, I watched his stand-up specials.
And were you like,
Yeah. And then he turned out to be a Mater.
Tom Mater.
You got it right.
Okay. I always call him Maynard.
From Cars, says Maynard, like Maynerd.
Like from Tool?
Yeah.
Man, but like, I almost
Mater.
said Jerry the Cable Guy. Imagine Seinfeld.
What's the deal with my underwear? It's got holes in it.
The time you were impersonating
Easier
Larry
to
the
make it
Cable Guy,
dirty.
you did it perfectly. You're like, I left a couple floaters in the toilet. My wife saw them.
And she was like, why don't you leave more for me?
I have so much respect
Make it dirty.
for him now, knowing that like most of that was an act.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
Did you
have
see
the
his
accent.
first
But, like-
personality? Where he was like a New Yorker?
Yeah. Because
Really?
like he loves
First
doing
persona? Yeah.
doing voices.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good at voices and stuff.
That was just one of his characters that like really took off, so he just like adopted it.
But like I had something better in mind in my head. I was like, that would be so cool if he was like this super intellectual that was like making fun of like redneck culture all along. But he's still kind of like a very rural type of guy.
Yeah,
Isn't he from Wisconsin?
Yeah.
He's from Wisconsin, right?
From Wisconsin.
He has a lot of friends that are like country, so he talks. So like he likes making fun of them, and that's how he got the voice. And shit.
I like saying I'm from Wisconsin because well, that's where all the cheese is made. And in my house, if you cut the cheese, you're the funny man. I don't care who you are. That's funny. I don't care where you're from. That's funny.
I want to go to a
There's little fat boys throwing their bras on stage.
Just fucking scream like the woman in the background of Roller Coaster of Love.
I want to fucking go to a Larry the Cable Guy show and just every time he tells a joke.
Just bring like an open cup of something and then just fucking shake it around and just like everyone.
Crack open a can of baked beans. Just
Has a major prank ever been like done to a celebrity before? Like
Punk, dude.
No, like I mean like on a wide scale. Like picture like George Lopez, like filling an audience of people with just white men in business suits, and George Lopez comes out and just sees it, and like everyone's just staring at him and not laughing the whole bit. For an hour straight, he's just telling like jokes, like Mexican jokes and stuff.
It's like
But it's just white men in business suits. Just
I don't get it.
yeah, like the ones in the
don't
back.
get it.
Ones in the back, just like and
Yeah, good one.
I'm white. Dude, whenever he goes, so Mexicans are different than white people. Oh, I'm one of those.
Yeah, how are they different?
Oh, that's gross.
Enlighten me. I bet comedians like those guys though, they're such pros and they've been doing it for so long. Like I bet they have like bits that if that happened, he'd be like, oh, okay, I got to do my white bits now.
I've heard of like comedians having bits for hecklers, but I don't like. Do you think they go a step further in their mind? It's like, just in case, arbitrarily, the audience is filled with white men in business suits. I have this specific joke to lay out for them.
Well, I think they could probably. I think really good comedians that can work on their feet.
Because they're off the cuff, witty, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Because like, I feel like you don't forget bits. Maybe some people do, but like, if you go out into an audience and like certain bits aren't hitting, then you're like, all right, well, we'll try these ones then. You know? And then it's like, oh, they like the ones about growing up in America or some shit. Like, I'll go with those.
That's why a lot of comedians that like have a set bit kind of sometimes get in trouble. Because like before, like this is during the testing phase of their stuff, I guess. Like they'll test a whole run of like an hour of like their bit.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm dedicated to this joke, but they're not going, and I still have to go, and I don't have any of the other jokes to kind of place, like to put in place of the ones that aren't working.
Right.
So. I've seen a lot of comedians bomb like on YouTube.
There used to be a subreddit I used to go on, and I'd watch it, and then I'm like, why am I watching this? This is making me so anxious.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, a part of me is like, I'll look at like a famous comedian, and they'll say something, and I'll be like, a large part of this laugh is because that person's famous. Like sometimes, like yeah, like a lot of the famous comedians, they are funny, and that's how they got to where they are. But like a part of me does feel like their fame plays a part in the laugh. Like if a guy at some like what is it, comedy junk cellar place, whatever it's called,
Comedy junk.
yeah, if like they did some of the same
Come on
jokes,
down to Comedy Junk Cellar. I'm gonna be doing some new material about dirty in the toilet.
Yes. I just thought of a genius joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Genius.
Do you guys think I
Self-proclaimed genius
Yep.
joke.
Okay,
Listen.
let's listen to this.
I'm gonna do a stand-up run at like a. Okay, hear me out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait until there's like a weightlifting convention.
Is this the bit? You just
No.
never get to the bit.
There's like a bodybuilding convention in Los Angeles.
Uh-huh.
I call up. I'm like, hey, I'm a professional YouTuber / stand-up comedian. Can I maybe come do a thing? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I come to this bodybuilding convention as like the guest of honor, and it's a room full of bodybuilders.
I think I know where this is going.
I walk on stage and I tell a joke that just doesn't land, and I go, "Tough crowd,"
Because they're tough and big.
they're all big and tough,
Oh,
and they give me a standing ovation. I walk off stage.
that's cool.
Yeah.
It's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aaron,
I think
what
you
have you
should
been
do
up
that.
to lately, dude?
Ah, man.
No, but that was a good joke, man.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's just,
that's-
yeah.
That's fine. I'll work.
I
on
was
it.
thinking you were like, all right, so I got a nice set for you tonight, and then you just do like a set of push-ups.
Dude!
Yeah.
Dude, high five.
Yeah, man.
Aaron,
That was,
holy
was that-
fucking
that was,
shit.
That was pretty funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, Matt? Matt?
Thanks.
I mean,
Matt?
I thought mine was a little. If I'm being honest, I think mine was a little bit better. But
Well, that's really,
That's like subjective.
yeah. I mean, you can't really like weigh
humor's subjective.
no, it's
humor with it.
humor's objective. So I'm pretty sure what I said was, it was original. And it was funny.
I don't think that's true. I think it's very subjective. I
God,
think
that's one of my least favorite things in the world. When like people are like, like, but like they're legitimate about it. Like it's like the moment you hear that, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I get it, I get
Yeah.
it, I get it.
And I know it's a meme, but like fucking whenever somebody's like, actually, I've been trying to work that out of my vernacular. Just actually, it's just such a fucking
As a matter of fact,
not even when you're saying it as like when somebody's like, that was actually really good. You're implying like, I thought it was gonna be shit.
Yeah.
oh my god, I never thought of it. I feel like
Yeah.
I've been insulting people
'Cause-
unwittingly my whole life.
Yeah, right. Like,
One of the only times like I'll do is when I'm doing it sarcastically,
Yeah.
like a bit, because like he'll say something, then like I'll just be like, I don't know, like it's such an obvious way of telling someone you're is fucking stupid.
yeah.
So. I think I went southern with the word ideas there.
Ideas.
I said ideas.
Ideas.
I don't know why that comes out. I don't have a southern accent.
A little bit. You got a
Yeah,
little
you-
bit.
Do
of
I
it.
have a little bit of a southern
A
accent?
little bit,
Like
yeah.
where is it located? Is it just because I say y'all sometimes? Is it
No,
just
say
in the
y'all.
dialect?
It's in your. It's like in your actual voice. You have a little bit of a twang.
Little bit of a twang?
Southern.
Southern.
Enough. It's not like a southern accent. I'd say you got like a 5% twang.
You should read that paragraph. there's like a dialect studies that some college is doing, and they have a website where they've recorded like thousands of people across the world, and they read this paragraph, and the paragraph has almost, if not every, way you can say things in the English language.
Yeah.
It's just like some nonsense paragraph, like my mom went down and got some thick snow peas, and but like if you say that in an accent, you can analyze the accent because it has everything you could possibly say in the English language. So you should do that. You should read that paragraph and then like send it to a dialect specialist, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, he's got a southern accent."
Oh, that's a stupid accent you got there, Ryan.
I used to do that when I was like when I was really aggressive about like making new voices and stuff. I used to go to people with interesting voices and be like, "Can you say this?" And then I'll record it. And they're like, "Cool."
So like people with like accents that you'd want to like kind of get into.
Yeah.
Like did you do that for what's the character's name? It's Cyanide and Happiness.
Oh, Ted Bear.
Ted Bear.
No, that
You just 100% just.
that was all Ross. Like
you-
just hanging around Ross.
Yeah. Were you Ted Bear from like the very first?
Yeah, which is awful. I mean, not the cartoon's funny, but
Yeah.
my voice is awful in it. And then Ted Bear 2 is like way better.
I can't do Australian, but it's like one of the few accents that I just cannot do.
It always like goes into a British accent.
Always. like if someone gives me a sentence with an Australian accent, maybe I can repeat it, but like off the top of my head, he's like Australian. Like I just can't do it.
Australian.
I mean, I can't really either.
Australian.
And the thing is, if it's
G'day,
like,
mate.
yeah, because that's very like Steve Irwin, like, today we're gonna go and we're gonna ride on this crook. It's gonna be great. Like that's like a
him.
very
He's like he's my favorite.
But like real
R.I.P.
Australians, there's how you going, mate? How you doing, mate?
Am I?
How you doing? How you going?
I'll
They
work
they
on
always
it.
go up at the end.
How you going?
Oh, that's a great big
actually-
Bobby.
I read that
Uh-oh.
I read something.
Ooh,
I read
scary.
that babies
Spot
like
runs.
like newborn
I read that. I read it.
babies have accents, like newborn babies. Like
What?
German babies, their cries will end with a lower pitch, like going down, and then French babies will end with it going up. Apparently, babies can pick up like the tones of accents in the womb or something. So then,
Whoa.
that's what I read.
When a baby comes out, it could be like, cry.
fucking spank me.
That was a real slimy situation, mate.
You know you can do a
Sounded like a wooden clog hitting the floor.
If I had a diaper, I'd just be shit. That does smell odd. That is an odd smell. Aaron, I'm sorry if it goes over to
It's
you.
okay. I've done it to so many people in this office. There it is. No,
Well,
it's,
describe it, Aaron.
it's
more of a diaper-y smell.
it's like sausagey almost.
I had coffee and then I had a sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit this morning.
There you
not
go.
regular. Like that one's not like what it normally smells.
I imagine a half-cooked sausage that just got left in the pan. So it's like sausage juice and half-cooked sausage that got cold. And then like 3 hours later, you walked into the kitchen and you smell it and you're like, you're making sausages?
That's totally it.
Yeah. You know you can make a perfect baby cry if you just do it through cotton.
Yeah. Try that.
You can already go so high pitched.
It's looking weird.
If I keep practicing that, I can get a perfect one.
You can be like,
Can you do it?
Wait, can you do it again?
what?
Aaron?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do the baby.
Fucking cut that out now. Can't keep that in.
You can't keep it in. What are you talking about?
I'll keep it in then. I'll keep it in.
That's what babies sound like.
Can the rest of the podcast just be baby cry? No, did you hear what he was doing?
What were you doing?
Oh, because he was going. That's why I said we can't keep it in.
I didn't hear that part.
And you're like, why can't you keep it in?
It's just a baby noise. Jeez.
I'll beep out what Ryan did so we can keep the rest of it.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm glad that you didn't notice.
And I just ran with. What's wrong with what happened? It's natural. It's beautiful.
That's what babies do.
God damn.
Most of your patterns are set before you're 1 year old.
No, I'd prove it.
That must be why I'm so damn funny. Guys, you wanna quickly jump on this here segue I've turned on?
Yes.
Oh, get on my back, guys. Get on my back.
Whoa, dude. Oh, this is really fast.
This is faster than I'm used to. Stop!
That was a good segue.
Yeah, man. That's how we segue things on this podcast.
One of the
We need to
best.
change topics.
One
We
of the
just
best of ever.
Where have we?
Get on segue.
Where we're dropped off? Where we dropped off, bro?
Where did the segue take us?
let's get back on the segue. Ride a little longer. See if we can come to a good stop.
No, I don't want to get back on the Segway.
Yeah,
man.
it's scary. It's got bad balance. Oh, jeez.
Oh, now we're here. Okay, so where'd the Segway and where are we now?
Is the story of Jonah and the whale Vor?
Yes. Isn't it?
See, I don't get. Everything's a fetish if you fetishize it. So, like, it's just now that suddenly a bunch of people agreed that this was you can't do jokes, you can't do stories about some cartoon character eating another cartoon character, which has happened a million times and is probably why this fetish exists.
It happens in
because
Pinocchio.
people as
it
kids
happens
saw
in
it.
Jonah and the Whale.
Yeah, it does.
It's like
It happens in the Magic School Bus.
like
when they go inside of Arthur.
It's like some microvore.
did furries
Arnold.
Did furries exist like pre-70s? Like before like cartoons with like anthropomorphic cats and dogs and shit?
I want a documentary, like a hardcore, in-depth documentary of history of furries start to finish that gets into the mind of a furry, that gets in there, and it just runs through the whole thing. And I get a better understanding of furries.
Yeah. Because I got nothing against furries, but I feel like that's where it comes from. Is like fucking Babs and shit.
I've said it once, I'll say it again. The girlfriend in the Goofy movie.
Goofy movie, yeah. I think we talked about this last time
we
I was
did
on.
last time you were on the podcast.
Can we please talk about the girlfriend in the Goofy movie?
Did she have some Y cleave?
What does that mean?
It's every like cartoon cleavage is in the shape of a Y usually.
Because they have like big fat boobies.
Oh, yeah.
So like, did they have that Y cleave in there?
When I was in middle school, I discovered how to like make the naked woman with like the keyboard, where it'd be like open parenthesis, lowercase o, close parenthesis, open parenthesis,
Y.
lowercase. Oh yeah, you could do a Y in the middle,
Yeah.
and then you'd go down a line, and you would do like another parenthesis and a Y.
Well,
you
strictly,
get the point.
strictly in the middle, there's usually either the Y cleave or the parenthecleave, which is just the line bent a little bit.
My favorite simple ASCII is just Homer Simpson's face.
How do you do that?
Oh, it's so easy, dude. Here, let me load up
Here.
a notepad thing for
Real
you.
quick, let me make this naked woman with a. Give me a second.
Yeah.
You're making a naked.
You're gonna add visuals to this.
Yeah, I'll put it on screen so everyone can see.
So the Homer Simpson is parentheses underscore and then 8
Hold on. I want to make sure I save this. Parentheses
and then
underscore.
That's not what a woman looks like. That's like some fucking weird Orwellian like dystopian future woman.
Parentheses underscore 8
Okay, and then to the power of
to the power of.
symbol the caret,
Yeah, carrot.
Where's the carrot?
and then
What's
another
this? Oh, got it.
parentheses, and then straight line, and then close parentheses, and then you have Homer Simpson.
Wait, like this?
Oh, here. Marge. I'm ASCII. Marge. Help me, Marge.
It looks like some fucking weird. Like that's what he would look like if it was some weird painting.
Oh, if it was like a Picasso
Yeah,
painting of
yeah.
a Homer.
I fucked mine up real bad.
I'm high art, Marge. What do I do?
Marge, I'm modern art.
Send help. Go.
You did it so. There's a Game Grumps episode.
It's the Green Demon Challenge.
Oh, yeah.
You're playing it. You didn't even realize it at the time, but you did the perfect Homer scream.
When I actually legitimately scream at something, I do fucking Homer
was
scream
a-
perfectly.
It was a real scream. And you ever dropped an ice cream cone? Shit is the most heartbreaking feeling that you can encounter in a human life.
Yeah. No, you know what the worst was?
What?
I was really they had just introduced Taco Bell breakfasts. I went and I got an AM Crunchwrap.
Oh, I remember those, man.
It's fucking delicious.
Yeah, it was good.
And I was like really hungry, and I was like, that's what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm gonna go to Taco Bell and I'm gonna get an AM Crunchwrap. And I went and I got it and I drove home and I got out of the car and I fucking like slipped and the AM Crunchwrap like fell out of the packaging onto just the concrete, like the open AM Crunchwrap. And I just looked at it and I was like, fuck this, and I just picked it up and started eating it.
There's sometimes you just gotta like admit your loss and just go with it.
Well, because I was so looking forward to it. It was like this journey that I went on to get it.
I'm a pretty gross person. Like dropping food on the ground doesn't bother me at all. Like if I dropped it, I'm like fuck it.
Even on the outside dirty concrete,
I'll do it and wipe it off. Yeah.
If it's somewhere where a lot of people walk, it bothers me, like a hallway, like in a public place or a restaurant. The only thing that really bothers me when it's on food is hair. Like if I drop it on the ground and pick it up and it has hair on it, then I'm like, no.
Oh yeah,
that's probably my one.
You can always
sign.
feel the hair because if it's crunchy, it's like no, it's just
wipe the dirt off. But if it's hair, that's another story.
Then you're like,
I also hate eating sandwiches on the beach because there's no matter what, I'll put it in a plastic bag and then I'll just take it out. I have not gone in the ocean or anything. Yeah, and then I'll like start eating it and then always just crunch because the sand gets in the sandwich for no fucking reason.
You're
I don't
eating
understand
glass,
it.
dude.
Eat glass?
Like you're eating glass.
Sand's not glass.
Sand
rocks.
is glass.
It's rocks. It's glass when lightning hits it.
Matt?
It's proto glass.
Proto glass.
Sorry. All right. I didn't mean to.
Yeah, it
More like
goes sand glass, Google glass.
More like proto ass, am I right? Am I right, guys?
Yeah,
Okay,
dude.
yeah, dude.
Am I right?
Give me a high five.
That's pretty funny.
Thanks.
If lightning hits sand hard enough, it turns into Google glass. Stop kissing my hand. It's arousing me. Stop.
Hey, have you guys ever used Google Glass?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Really?
Have you?
Yeah.
Is it cool?
It's cool.
God, I really want to try it.
Is it
That's it.
useful? No.
Do you think like technology like that will become like
Yes.
super popular
I do.
at one point? Just
But-
wearing glass, like instead of like people always looking at their phones, you'll just see people always wearing glasses.
Yes. But I do think that technology is going to get like installed. I think we're going to be cyborgs at some point.
Like we're gonna have a chip inside of us.
Yeah, like you'll just have an
Like a
eye.
contact lens.
Yeah. That'll do all that shit.
All the liberals will be robots.
What the
They already are.
Well, so there's a lot like wearable tech is they try to keep it. It feels so limited because the moment that you step outside, like wearing a watch, then people get nervous. There was a guy who got a cybernetic eye installed. I don't remember where this was or when this was. It was somewhat recently. And like he was sort of the talk of the town, and then when he would walk into bars, like they would just beat him up because they were like, "Stop recording me," you know.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
It's so fucked up.
And it's still to
it's
this
because
day.
they're like tiny pea brains can't comprehend.
Yeah. And still, I mean, people don't really wear it much anymore, in large part because of this. But like, if you wear Google Glass around, like people will get uncomfortable and they'll like.
Because like, are you recording me?
Yeah, exactly.
I can see why people would get like because there are. I mean, I could see people using Google Glass in many different ways.
Yeah.
There's got to be Google Glass porn, right? Hold up.
The resolution on Google Glass is pretty shit.
Well, I'm looking it up anyways.
While you're looking that up, I thought about this the other night when I was laying in bed. How much of my life is documented on camera, like security cameras? Like, think about how many times a day you're on some camera, like traffic cam, security cam outside a building that you go by.
Yeah.
Place you're inside. It's like so much of your life.
If you're in London, it's like your whole life.
Yeah, it gets erased eventually, but it's like my entire high school career was on camera because every room in my school had a camera going 24/7. So it's weird to think that like my entire high school career is completely on camera.
Especially
everything
when,
I did.
Especially when you were jerking it, dude.
I didn't in school.
Yeah? No? The hell is going? What are you showing me?
This is Google Glass porn, and like it keeps popping up with shit while they're having sex.
It's a man and a woman, and they're both wearing Google glasses, and they're asking him to define naughty words. He's saying Google Glass, take a picture, detecting shoes, scan.
Wow. Jesus.
Dude,
That's actually like this is actually a cool idea for a porn. Like, I'm glad that they went the extra mile and started, like, trying to define words and, like, taking a picture of her high heels and, like, where can I buy this? I like this shoe. Like, it's like a commercial if it was porn. Like, it's great. Like, it could have been lazy and just been, like, two people fucking each other from different POVs and switching back and forth. But they made it something. And I have to commend them for
comedic
that.
porn. Aaron, have you ever considered throwing out all the capture equipment with Game Grumps and just sitting on the couch with Google Glass and using that to record the screen.
That's a great idea.
Just the
That's like early YouTube Let's Plays. Like nobody had a capture card. They just stuck a camera on
blown
the
out
thing.
CRT TV.
I loved, like, I had to use those walkthroughs so much.
Yeah.
Where, like, people would film their
filming their-
fucking TV, and it's like,
Okay, so, here we are at Gunners Castle.
Now, the rocket jump will hurt you a little bit, but if you jump at the right time, it won't. You'll get higher, and so when you get into, you can find the skull, and then you can get the Hayabusa armor.
And he doesn't like. And they're not watching the thing, so like something will happen on screen, and like the brightness will adjust, and it'll just like look shit for like 10 minutes, and then they'll be like,
Oh, sorry, just gonna readjust, and
and then it just cuts.
I used to actually upload those videos. I'm not kidding. I had a flip cam and I'd film the TV and like me playing stuff, and I'd upload clips to it. They're all off YouTube by now, but oh man, those were the days. What else?
Where can we find them?
I found a video called For My Roblox GF, and it's this little kid. He's got to be like probably 8 years old, and he's talking to a camera in a dark room, and he's whispering because his parents here. He's like, and he doesn't get a single concise word out of him the whole video. And then that's it. It's just called For My Roblox GF.
Wow.
Sweet.
My first Let's Play was it was filmed on a camera, and it was when I was playing my Vectrex.
Whoa.
Yeah, because I saw it was actually one of the first Let's Plays I saw was a dude with the fucking thing on his camera, and he was just playing Smash. He lived in Japan. Oh man, I forgot his name. He gave Japanese lessons, but he was his fucking lessons were hilarious and they were very helpful. But he just like swears the whole time. Like he's just like, "Welcome back to the fucking Japanese lesson. Konnichiwa, bitch." But he was just playing Smash, and he was like, "Fucking loud motherfuckers." Like he was just, and so I was like trying to like mimic that, and I was like playing Vectrex. I was like, "This sucks."
You still have a Vectrex, right?
Vectrex bullshit. Yeah, it like broke.
Yeah, I saw you fiddling with it.
I was somebody was in the office, and they were like, "Dude, we have Vectrex." He's like, "Neat," and I turned it on, and it was like broken, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
R.I.P. man.
Gotta get a new
I'm
Vectrex.
sorry.
Gotta get a new one, man.
Vectrex was the first on-screen drawing tablet.
Yeah, I knew that.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like 79.
There's that
or
like,
something.
isn't there like a tutorial video of like an old man?
Oh yeah, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like showing how to use it.
So check
I've
this
seen
now.
that.
If you press it to the screen, it's horrible, but it's amazing that it's like you can touch the screen and it draws.
That's something else, man.
I mean, come on.
Does anybody else remember? Does anybody else remember DS chat?
Picto
What?
chat.
PictoChat.
The chat. When,
Fuck, dude.
do you remember when you used to scribble in with the pen on the chat thing all the way, so it'd be just a
Black, yes.
a black rectangle? Do you remember? And they use the eraser to draw. Yeah. You use the eraser to do it's like a negative image. That's good. A negative what? A negative image. Ooh.
Larry the Cable Guy be like, "Oh no, that Picto chat."
Now, my children are so plugged into technology. When we're at the dinner table and I say pass us out, they pass the TV remote.
So Larry, that's not even a joke.
But like the crowd is going wild.
Oh, my kid do that too. My kid do that.
I take a moment
When you mow the lawn and the grass is too large that you can't see your own dog.
Would you
How do you explain that to your kids?
would you do a guest grumps with Larry the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
I would love to have him on the Super Mega Cast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I would.
How hard would that be? Really hard. He's a fucking millionaire.
Is he?
Yeah.
What's his net worth? Like 30 million?
It's a
Well,
lot.
I mean, you got to think he's just like Tim Allen. He doesn't really have to do much anymore because he's associated. Like Tim Allen's associated with a very popular character, Buzz Lightyear, and now he's a part of a very big franchise, which is Cars, which sells a lot of mercandise.
Oh, I
and uses
forgot
his
he's
voice
Cars.
a lot.
Yeah.
So he makes a lot of money probably from doing like a bunch of Cars voice acting stuff.
I'll tell you what. I bet it was like a one-off thing too.
Look
Is
at better
it-
when he whispers.
Hey, excuse me. Do you know where?
Speak up.
I'm sorry. I've got a sore throat. Can you tell me where the bathroom is? I gotta take a doo-doo.
He's like on stage asking. Everyone's just silent. Crickets in the audience.
What's that catchphrase the other guy, Bill Engvall, has? What's his catchphrase?
Catchphrase.
Bill Engvall, the science name.
No. Like they each have their own thing. No, they each have like Larry the Cable Guy. So stupid. That was so dumb.
Why is it that funny?
It's
It's not that funny.
Bill Engvall, the science.
It's not that funny.
Bill Engvall, the science dingball.
Okay, what were you saying,
anyway.
Ryan?
It was like Larry the Cable Guy has Get Her Done, and
Yeah.
then Jeff Foxworthy has...
You might be a redneck.
Yeah, but Bill Engvall has something. I can't remember what it was.
Who is Bill Engvall?
He's another
the
one of
other
the
one.
blue collar comedy tour
The other
guys.
Who's the guy that always has the glass of scotch and the cigar, and he wears a suit?
Ron White.
Ron White.
Yeah, he's the funny one. He's the one that actually has funny jokes.
Because he's depressed as shit.
Yeah. Looks like he goes to kill himself every time he's on
He,
stage.
he has the bit about how like everyone's a little bit gay.
Yeah.
Where it's like you don't want to watch porn. If the guy, it's like, well, when you watch porn, do you want to see some guy's flaccid, no tiny penis? He's like, no, I want to see a big hard erect cock. I'll rest my case.
It's Here's Your Sign.
Here's your sign.
Here's your sign.
Here's your
That's
sign.
his catchphrase. 'Cause
Here's
they
your
all,
sign.
They all have a catchphrase.
And he pulls out a stop sign, and the audience goes wild.
They go, whoa, ha, 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 that's a stop sign.
Here's your sign. You might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck.
When you say get her done. It's just
If
a
you're
fucking-
buying tickets to go see Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck.
Do you think like do you think like if like a meteor or like aliens showed up, the blue collar comedy tour guys could like combine like a big like a megazord, and they would just like be like, get her done, this is your sign, you know, and then they would.
I would love for them to be a team in the next Pacific Rim movie. Like you just see them off camera working together, like in a big robot.
like the Deep South American team. We're gonna get her done. I'll tell you what.
They have a big fucking Confederate flag painted on their
I was
robot.
about to say that, like a massive Jaeger with the Confederate flag on the back.
We don't. We need to. We'll call them when we really need them.
Fuck, we really need them.
Their,
Oh, we're
their
gonna do
special
it.
weapon is like this, like super is like a, you know, what's that stuff that the Terminator's made out of? The liquid shit.
Liquid metal.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You know, is that what that stuff is?
Yeah, Terminator
Like he-
2.
Yeah, where he like turns into
Yeah, it's
like,
just liquid
like
metal.
little knives and shit.
Yeah.
They have that. That's all. That's all I want. I just want them to have it. I just think it would look.
And
cool.
it runs on a Ford engine. All American, I'll tell you what.
They always have to fuel up at like an Exxon gas station or 76.
Diesel only. I don't want any of that unleaded bullshit.
See, they kill a kaiju. It's like, must have been a Chevy. That's my fucking favorite meme.
Shitty Chevy engine, I'll tell you what.
There's seriously an untapped gold mine of these like small Facebook groups that rednecks use, where it's just loaded with like Ford and Chevy memes. Where it's like most of it's like memes against Chevy. It'll have like it'll show like a box of tampons on a shelf, and then be like, comes free with a Chevy. It's like they're terrible memes, but they're really funny. I want to bring those more to the public eye so people can experience them.
Well, you can't write a country song without mentioning Ford or Chevy.
I know.
Even my favorite country song has a Chevy reference.
Can't write a Starbomb song without mentioning Ford or Chevy. Can you
Yes,
start putting
well,
that in every Starbomb song?
It's because we're sponsored.
I thought it was just because you loved
do you
all
think we-
American trucks.
How do you think we keep the fucking lights on in here?
Chevy sponsorship
Yeah.
for Starbomb.
I just want to reiterate before I end the stream that there will be a stream in 2 days on the 7th. It will be a birthday stream. It will be my birthday, of course, and I've never done this before, but I want to do a 4 or 5 hour-ish birthday stream / party, and I've invited a lot of my friends to come on to it on the 7th around 2 o'clock p.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. EST. 2 o'clock p.m., 6 o'clock p.m. EST. It'll be around that time frame. And then, like, at the end of the stream, I'll, like, blow out, like, a birthday cake. But, yeah, that's what we'll do on that. And, yeah, it's just gonna be like a fun time, really relaxed, chill stream. That's what we'll do, and I'll also have my webcam out, so that'd be pretty cool. So, thank you guys for supporting the streams, and make sure you don't miss this. It's gonna be like really exciting stream, hopefully, and yep, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys.